went to the island of the Abbey. You went down into the cellar where some cult members, or whatever they are, they told you guys, hey, there's some treasure, some good stuff down here. You can go ahead and take a look at it, but you got to help us get off of this island. We're kind of trapped here because there's a whole bunch of undead that are guarding the exit and entrance. So you guys go down there, fought a whole bunch of monsters, got your ass handed to you by a bunch of traps, made your way into the treasure room, which turned out to be a false treasure room. And we pick up with a statue coming to life. It's a statue of an elvish woman, and in the darkness, all of a sudden it turns into a vampiric face as these fangs come out, and it starts lunging towards Snowders. And we're going to jump right into rolling initiative.
Baron was right.
Snowders is slightly scared.
You want room B2 as well?
Yeah, everybody can roll just so, we have...
Snodlers, that was a constitution check.
That was for my pooping pants.
Oh yeah, I forgot you do that every time we
does
start
that.
combat.
Well, unfortunately, the statue is going to surprise everybody.
I'm not surprised.
In character, I'm not surprised at all. The statue is also alive. In fact, I'm more taken back that the gold is fake. Why would you do that?
Well, let me see what everybody's past. Okay, yeah. 11 for Snodlers. He knows nothing. 9 for Yuri. He is definitely watching the gold. Anybody?
I have 16.
Anybody that has higher than 15 will notice this thing.
That is me.
All right, so Vossman's probably the only one that's going to get an action on the first turn. Did everybody roll for initiative? Josh, are you up in here?
I am this time.
Oh, wow, everything works. Cool.
Yeah. Jason showed me how to fix it last week.
He's on top of his shit, helping everybody out.
Till next week when you're playing from a new location.
No plans to go anywhere next week. It's going to be 3 in a row from the same place.
All right, so as this thing starts becoming alive and it's moving towards the back side of Snodlers, who's hunched over, opening up this chest full of gold with handfuls of gold-painted wood chips in his hand. Vasa, you see this thing kind of like looming over at the back of Snodlers. What do you want to do?
Baron was right! And I'm going to run in and attack. Swing!
Wow, way to start the night off.
Two-handed.
Jeez.
For 16.
And that is bludgeoning damage? Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Not that that has anything to do with anything here, but...
And I'm going to throw a key point into Tristan.
Okay, hold on, let me put this damage in. That was two-handed, you said?
Yes.
Alright, so go ahead.
Just got to roll a con save.
What's the
If it can be.
I can say it, what's the DC?
14.
He rolls, or she rolls, a 16.
Ah! I'll swing again. Ooh, for 14.
14's actually going to hit. It's pretty easy to hit. It's a big-ass statue.
It will be like a swinging around for a one-handed hit. For 7.
Alright. So yeah, you smack it with your staff. Doesn't feel like you did the appropriate amount of damage, as it's inching closer and closer to Snodlers.
I'll try Stunning Strike again.
Alright. Con save. Another 16.
I'm gonna use my bonus action. Or actually, switch it
A 22 will definitely hit.
for 10.
As you punch this thing up in the face.
Nothing I can do. The rolls weren't on my side this time. Sorry, Snathers. Good night, sweet prince.
All right, that's it for your turn.
Yep.
All right, I'm sorry, Snouders, if this is the end of you, as this thing draws down on you. Let's see what it does. These fangs come out of its... What's that, Yuri?
Snodler's down, or is he just down getting gold?
He's about to be.
He's half inside of a treasure chest right now, like pulling out gold. This thing,
But he's not like down unconscious. That's what I was asking.
This thing like
Not yet. I'm just prepping.
this thing reaches down to take a bite out of him. With a 21 to hit.
Barely.
All right, so you take 9 points of piercing damage, and you are now cursed by this creature's vampiric bite.
So if I'm unconscious, I'm still cursed.
So you're still unconscious.
Yeah, no, definitely unconscious. You see Snodler's like hunch into the chest and just face first into these like into the gold chunks, like drowning, but obviously not breathing.
And then it takes both of its hands and it just claws over towards Vasen with both claws at once. Oh, first with a 12 to hit.
Miss. A dodge.
The second with an 18 to hit.
That hits.
For 11 points of slashing damage as these massive, like, sharp daggers that are, like, made of stone just like rip across your chest.
Ah, goddamn.
And that's it for its turn. Snodler's death saving throw, please.
Because it's my turn. Yeah.
Make it a good
I was like,
one.
what?
Oh, sorry, it's your turn. Yay! All right.
That was a good turn.
Okay, Hector, it is your turn.
Would I have been able to hear them from inside this room, like smashing up against the statue? It's pretty
Wait,
far.
so where are you?
I'm over here.
Ooh.
I mean, technically, it's not very far, right? I mean, like,
200 feet.
look.
In a straight line, it's not very far, but you're in underground earthen tunnels, so I'll say roll a perception check. It's going to be a real high DC.
My passive is 21, if that helps.
And it's going to have to be higher than that.
Fuck. 25.
I'd say
You get an advantage.
Yes.
Do you have advantage? Oh yeah, because you have the shield, right?
Yes.
Yeah, with the DC 25, you hear something in the distance. Good, lucky roll. You hear, the sound of just like the smashing noise of this thing just like tears through Snodler's, knocking over treasure chests, and of course you probably heard a little bit of Vasen knocking little chunks of stuff off of this thing. But
and how long has it been since the last fight we had with the Minotaur statue? It's only been a few minutes, right?
Yeah, it's only been a couple minutes.
Sick. So I should still be glowing because that lasts like 10 minutes. So I should still have my chalice form up.
Yeah, so it's probably only been it's probably been less than 10 minutes.
Sweet. So as we were gonna go forward and explore this other room, I just stop real quick, listen, and go, fuck, it was a trap, and then yell out to Kolos and Vitoris, and I'm gonna fucking take off running. And then can I use my action to run as well?
Yeah, you can dash. Yeah, that's your action.
Fuck yeah. I got all the way to there. I think that's everything. That's my action and movement, so.
And at that, as soon as you do that, it takes a nice little legendary action to make a bite at Vasen. With a 25 to hit, Vasen.
Mm-hmm.
For 11 points of piercing damage. And you are also cursed.
I'll see you soon, Snodlers.
Looking forward to us all being vampires.
All right, so Vasen, you are cursed for the next 10 minutes, and attacks against you have advantage.
Oh God.
All right. Go ahead, Yuri.
Oh. Can you guys hear me fine?
We can hear you.
So I think this is real gold still.
Go ahead and make a perception check to see what you saw Snodlers do in the heat of the moment.
Is this still a surprise round?
Oh, you know what?
He would have saw me attack is like right there.
Yeah, but it's all happening at the same time. So, like,
Yeah, I
technically, he doesn't have anything unless his passive perception is higher than 15.
You're right.
So, yeah, sorry. Yuri, you actually don't have an action this turn. So that's Megler. Megler, what's your passive perception? 12. Alright, yeah, so Megler also doesn't know what's going on. Kolos, I'm assuming, does not. Vitoris?
I don't feel so bad now.
Well, didn't Hector yell it was a trap and just took off?
Yeah, but mechanic-wise, he can do that. But like I said, in a round, the 6 seconds, it's all happening simultaneously. Just because he yells that out doesn't necessarily mean that you jump into action.
That I get to run. Okay.
I
It's all
mean,
good.
you hear it, but you don't get to move, yeah.
Alright.
So, Vitoris, what's your passive? 10.
Oh yeah, it's like fucking stupidly low.
Okay. Alright, so that brings Valson back up again.
Bleeding everywhere.
Why'd I get skipped twice?
Just skip.
Yeah, he
was in the first round.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry,
so he
yeah.
should have been able to move.
Yeah, so it's your turn, Vitoris, sorry.
Well, it's gonna be bonus action dash. I don't think I could bonus action and main action dash, so that's it for my turn.
I think you can. I'm not sure.
You could dash as your action and then bonus action dash.
Yeah, you're a
Right.
rogue, right?
90 feet of movement?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's what Vossen gets with just his action
Yeah.
bonus action.
Oh shit. I didn't realize you could. I didn't think you could use both those, but I'll take it. Alright, I got to there.
I've always played that way, so hopefully.
Well, yeah, because you take the dash action, right? And then a cunning action, you can dash again, so.
Alright. I just didn't realize you could do that.
I have Step of the Wind, which gives me the choice to use dash or disengage with a key point.
That's also the first time that I've needed to run all the way across a dungeon.
The dangerous part is the fact that it says it doubles your movement, so does it stack, which that is exploitive and stupid. But absolutely,
You
can
mean
do
I
that.
don't? You mean I could get 120 feet of movement if I sit here and argue with John for a half
Oh
hour?
my God.
At least.
That's
Nope.
it for my turn.
Moving on.
I'll
Go
ta-
ahead, Vasa.
I'll take my 90 feet.
I like spit blood across it and swing.
Oh, yeah.
Two-handed chop
That's a hit. Do some damage
right
before,
between the eyes.
before everybody
12.
goes down. All right. It definitely hits it, but it, again, you're just kind of underpowered to fight this thing.
I'll use a key point to try to stun it.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. Con save. 21.
Oh, God.
This thing's got some crazy con, just
I
FYI.
bet. It's still a chance. I'm going to go down anyway. Swinging. Oh, 13.
Ooh, it misses.
And then an unarmed attack. 19.
Ooh, nice. That's going to hit.
For 11.
Let's see. Punch this thing right in the chest.
Oh, for my last key point, to try to stun it before I go down.
Okay. Oh, 20. Not
That mean you guys. That's my turn.
Man, that's crazy that I put a creature in here that, got really high con for stunning strikes. Alright, that's his turn, or her turn. At that point, you see its head just like kind of turn over to you, Vasa, and it tries to sink its fangs into your throat. With a 13 to hit, that's with advantage. Crappy.
Miss.
Then it just tries to claw at you with both of its claws again. 13 to hit. Wow, terrible.
Yes.
Second attack. This one's going to hit with a 17 to hit.
That is AC.
So you take another 7 points of slashing damage. Okay, Snodler, it's your turn.
Dad. Wake up, Snodlers.
Snodlers, wake up, please.
I tried to roll. Didn't. There it goes. Yeah.
Oh,
No.
I got a crit for that to happen, right? Like, not gonna happen.
It's happened before. Alright, so let's see. It is Hector's turn as this vampire makes another bite attack of Asen. With a 12. That's going to miss.
Oh, thank God you rolled like shit.
Come on. Trying to get a TPK here. Let's end this. Did I say that out loud? Go ahead, Hector.
Is this double move for this pit, or is this not?
Yeah, double move for the pit. Yep.
20, 30. Fuck me. Oy, oy, oy. That's all I got.
All right. Let's see. He took one action, so he makes another attack on Vasen, or she. Oh, Vasen, this is a 23 to hit.
Yep.
Yep, for 14 piercing.
I'm down.
This thing just rips into your throat, and the blood splatters all over the floor, and it just has this bloodthirsty look in its eyes. Go ahead, Yuri.
Oh, by now I'm assuming I'm at least realizing something's happening behind me.
Oh yeah, you turn around to see there's like pool of blood everywhere, and Vasen's laying on the floor, and Snothers is laying on the floor.
See this big ass statue, and for a split second, think about running or attacking, and
Oh, I
pull out my axe and
I'd like to save
lunge
yourself
toward.
mentality. You could probably just run for the door and say, "F these guys, I'm gonna go find Javi."
I'm not gonna lie, for a split second thought about it, but decide to draw my axe, lunge towards the statue.
All right.
How is this thing, by the way?
How tall is it? That's about 10
Is
feet
it-
tall.
10 foot?
So definitely
Just like
towers
100
over
foot.
you. All right, with a 17 slashing. Yeah, so you definitely take a big old chunk of this thing, and it definitely felt that hit. We'll put it that way.
I'd like to try to goad it if I can.
All right, so what do you got to do? It probably has to roll some sort of saving throw. Nice. A wisdom saving throw. Let's see. You might be in luck. He doesn't have a whole lot of wisdom. So go ahead and roll your superiority die. So to add some more damage. And he's going to make a wisdom saving throw. He rolls a 7, so he fails.
Superiority die is just a D8, right?
Yeah.
Depends on your level.
Yeah, I think it's only 1d8, so you do an extra 4 points of slashing damage. Oop, that's not. There's a sheet. Okay. All right, yeah. So you definitely like draw this thing's attention as it turns around and it's hovering over you, looking down, ready to rip your throat out.
Yeah. Just beat on my shield a little bit with my axe and swing at it again.
Oh yeah. Oh sweet. Yeah. So you draw this thing's attention. And you just bring the axe into its kneecap for another 12 points of slashing. Now you feel like you're making some progress as this thing is looking hurt.
If he can hear me.
I can hear you now. Go ahead, Megler.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to move up towards this guy here and use my greatsword.
All right.
Even though he's feeling completely injured.
Oh, nice.
Choking him.
All right, nice.
Okay. And I am going to make another attack.
All right, so that's another. Damn. 14 and another 19. So yeah, you just come in there and just start like smashing into this thing's back.
All right, I end there.
All right, so as you do that, it spins back around and it tries to bite you at disadvantage, Megler. Oh, 16 to hit.
That is a hit.
Oh. So that brings you down with 11 points of piercing damage.
And Meglar is down.
Have you used your once a day yet as a half orc?
A what?
You have a once a day ability as a half orc. I forget what it's called. Let you come back with 1 HP. Have you used that yet?
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, you have like restless endurance or whatever.
Yep, wrestling. Yep, I got that. Introduce.
Looking close.
Oh god.
All right. Restless endurance then.
Yeah, go ahead and post it. I think it just comes. You just come back with what, one hit point?
1 hit point.
Yeah, 1 hit point.
So pretty much the attack didn't even count.
Right.
No, you're down to 1 health.
Oh, yeah, he was already at 1.
I was at 1 health.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, I was.
Never mind.
Okay, all right, go ahead, Kolos.
Alright, I'm just gonna dash. Which is up there. That's it for my turn.
All right, Taurus.
As I run by this room, I'm gonna be like, "Ooh, ballistas."
Nice.
I'm gonna be able to get to there.
Yeah, and you're probably just out of the range of being able to see this thing.
Have you trained in the Angelina Jolie quick flick wrist movement of your bow?
No.
Wasn't there an entire movie about bending bullets?
Oh, that shit.
Yeah.
No. I was kind of hoping it'd be like Hollywood, where ammo's not an issue.
I mean, don't say that to that one dude who just shot a gun.
That's it for my turn.
Baldwin.
Baldwin, yeah.
Oh.
Let's see. I think this thing has one more legendary action, so he's going to make, or she's going to make her bite attack over at Yuri. This time, she gets advantage on Yuri. With a 20 to hit. So Yuri, you take 5 points of piercing damage, and you're also cursed. As this thing sinks its teeth right into your shoulder. Tried to hit your neck, but you're just too small and you have a big beard. She couldn't see it. All right, go ahead, Vasan. Oh no!
Ugh.
Oop, forgot about the jade. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I mean, that'll still count. It'll be your turn. So it makes its attacks at Yuri as this thing looks mad as hell now. Yuri. But 20 to hit, not natural. So yeah, you take.
Oh, definitely.
You take 10 points of piercing damage as it bites at you, and it brings both of its claws down on you. This time with a 25 to hit for 10, and then a 19 to hit, which that will also hit first. So you take a total of 16 extra damage, slashing damage.
So I'm feeling weak now.
And that's it. Snarler's made his death save, which he passed. So that's what, 2 passes? Or yeah, two pass, 1 fail, or 2 successes, 1
Yeah.
fail. All right, go ahead, Hector.
Well, hell, I can get to there.
You can get into the pit?
I can almost.
Oh, that's not a pit. That's just a regular. Was that a pit?
Let's see. What was C? I think C is a pit. Well, on my map it's C, so I think that's a pit. Yep.
I tried to put
not want to be there.
I tried to put square boxes if we found a pit.
Yeah.
So
The
if
X-
this
The
exposed,
X,
then?
yeah, I think there's like a small pathway around the edge.
Yeah, you can walk. Double movement. You can walk around it.
Alright.
Just gonna stand that outside edge here. Do I have a bonus action I can do? I don't think so.
No, because that would have been took the dash action.
Yeah, so
Unless
I
you have a
just
spell that says something otherwise.
yeah, so I was looking for a bonus action spell. I think the one I have is Misty Step, so that's gonna be it for me.
Right, Hector.
Just getting in line to get bit, huh?
Or, I mean,
Yeah, pretty much.
come on over. Okay, Yuri.
Hell no, so I'm standing behind Meglar. My meat shield.
So my only choice is to attack.
I mean, the one good thing is, Yuri, you notice this thing's looking pretty hurt. But
That's my only choice.
your friends aren't looking.
Swing
so
for the
good.
fence.
Nice,
Oh!
perfect time for a crit, Yuri. All right.
Nice.
So yeah, that was a big old chunk of jade just comes getting chopped right out of this thing from the sharp battle axe. It's still standing. It's looking real hurt though.
And I'm just gonna follow right around and miss.
Yeah, this time you're gonna miss.
And I'll give it an opportunity attack, and I'm gonna back away from it.
All right, so makes a claw attack at you. Oh, it crits. Oh my god. Oh no.
Is he super cursed now too?
It's super curse. So this was so that's 12, 28 points of slashing damage. Probably shouldn't have run.
28?
28.
Probably not.
No, 25. Sorry, I'm not really
Yeah.
good at math. All right. Was that it for your turn, or you have something else up your sleeve?
That's it.
Okay. Meglar, go ahead.
Alright, I'm gonna use my greatsword.
That a boy, not running away like a little pussy.
I was
Nice.
just thinking about. I was thinking about when it has its attack, but I didn't want to.
So Meglar, you smash into this thing and you run one of its legs. You break right through one of its legs as it stumbles down and it starts snapping at your feet with its fangs. It's still alive, but it's prone now.
Advantage.
Go
Fucking
ahead.
swing again.
Let's
Alright.
try to
Better
finish
do it again.
off. This is your one
You
chance.
get advantage. 26.
26. Yuri, how do you finish this thing off, Meglar?
Well, it's just all stone, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's like this fancy green-looking stone.
Alright, I just pretty much stab its eyes, both of its eyes,
Nice.
and then just pretty much cut it right in two, like from the top to the bottom.
Nice, as your sword just smashes right through the stone, and you see this vampiric face transform back into this beautiful elven figure, and the statue just kind of crumbles all over the floor.
Then after he makes the attack, he just pretty much faints afterwards. Mainly because he's just badly injured. But before he faints, he's like, I did it.
All right, so nice. So Snarler's comes to on his own. He's not bleeding out, but
Comes to or just isn't dying.
just isn't dying technically. I mean, you guys are gonna have to take a rest before Snarler's is out of it. I mean, comes back awake.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over and give Vossen a cure wounds, and I'm gonna use the other rest of that to heal Snarlers. So give me a second, roll some dice here.
All right.
So
Phyllis just comes walking in.
Vossen, you're gonna get 8 points of health, and Snodlers is gonna get 11 points of health.
Snarl's got coins in his mouth. What happened? Snarlers just remember seeing wood. And then more wood.
Those are wood.
Snarlers just gonna pay you back. But it's all fake.
I just lean up against the chest of fake wood, bleeding everywhere.
No. You misunderstand, Boston. This is real wood. It's fake.
The
gold.
fake gold.
You can see right here, and he's like trembling. The grain's usually not on coins.
I think we need to rest.
It's probably a good idea.
Snarlers won't disagree with.
I'm glad I killed that statue for you guys, so you guys didn't die.
When I was
Shut up,
saying
pussy.
you bring away like a bitch.
Yeah, so you guys, I'm assuming you're going to take a short rest. You look around the room. There is a door on the room, but it seems pretty secure from where you're at, where you could probably take a nice little rest in here. Around the outsides of the room are all sorts of, like I said before, like little chests and things with this gold and shiny-looking glass. There's also one strange-looking lockbox that's still closed that sits along the kind of southeastern wall. But we can get to that after you guys die it up.
I imagine Snarlers see Yuri starting to go over to the lockbox, and Snarlers just like yells out. Snarlers doesn't want you to touch that. That's what got us into starting. Let's wait until we're all good.
I'm going to sit down and focus on my familiar. see what it sees.
Okay. So yeah, you're familiar. By the time all this happens, it makes its way back to the central room where like the kitchen area was, where everybody was hanging out, and you see this Osmandius, the old man with a medallion around his neck. He's sitting at a table talking with some of the other senior clerics, and what you hear is them talking about hopefully they come back and get us out of here in one piece. I don't know how much more time I can stay here and live this lie. So you kind of like hear them all kind of agreeing with Osmandius, as he seems to be definitely taking up the leadership role, and they're all kind of following him. If you remember, Osmandius was the old guy he took charge after the original High Cleric was killed by the Sahaugen.
Gotcha. So they're definitely pretending to be something they're not. But I don't know. I was hoping they weren't going to try and kill us, which is what I was most worried about.
Yeah, so you don't hear. The one thing you don't hear is them making like a murder plot. Like, when they come back, we're going to ambush them and stab them in the throat.
So they're actually like, seems like they actually need a way off the island, and they actually are hoping. They're actually pulling for us.
Yeah, so it seems like they don't really care about their duties anymore of like guarding whatever's in the cellar. That they really had no idea what was down there anyway. They were never told all the information. Only the High Cleric was told. So, but they've been living down here for quite a few years, and they just want to get the hell out of here at this point. But yeah, okay. Maybe you don't know the whole story about who these guys are and why they're somewhat of a evil-looking sort of cult that's surrounded by
the fuck is 1d12?
Wow.
Welcome to the world of a barbarian.
Hell yeah.
Oh, damn.
Barbarian's the only one that gets a d12.
It's because they rolled to hit their face.
No, that's what they take hits with.
I've always said barbarian is like a con first class, strength second.
You're just making a meat shield at that point, though.
I mean, if you're going to swing every attack with advantage, you got to have as much meat there as possible.
Or don't do that.
Always do that. All right, cool. So I'm gonna have him hang out for a while. I get like 3 hours total on him. So I don't know much. I don't know for how much longer he's gonna be around, but I'm gonna try and.
Oh no, the owl has cancer.
It's a spider. But yeah, mine is more temporary than your guys' stuff.
Do I notice bite marks on us?
Oh yeah, I mean, you guys definitely see the wounds in your necks, and they don't look like they're healing up as good as the rest of your.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Varen said we're 300 vampires. We're gonna be fucking vampires, boys.
Snodlers looks forward to being a jade vampire. You said it was green, right?
Yeah.
We might be fucked.
Snodlers thinks this thing was pretty cool.
It's alright, we'll just tie you guys up, leave you on the deck of the boat. If you turn into vampires, Dawn will solve that issue.
It's not... Is that a thing? Snodlers isn't sure that's a thing.
According to my book, it is. I don't know.
Snodlers doesn't trust the source of your book.
I think in this world, they more like if a vampire goes in the sun, they just kind of sparkle a little bit.
Oh my god.
Snodlers looks forward to looking even better in the sun. Yeah, I think it's literally just sunlight sensitivity. I think it'll just get disadvantage if they are in sun or their target is.
Yeah, they're all like Twilight vampires.
Son of a bitch.
What are you talking about? It's great. You'll just fucking look like you're covered in glitter.
And be all broody and have some sort of teenage romance.
So Yuri's gonna look like he's at the strip club.
Every single day.
He's got stripper glitter all over him.
Stripper glitter. So what do you guys doing? You're all taking some short rest? Yeah, everybody rolled their hit dice?
Yeah.
What were you saying, Yuri?
I'm still looking for gold on the floor.
He's looking for that one piece that's not wood.
Yeah, so you start looking around, and all the gold is literally just like it's painted wood, and all the gems that you guys originally saw in here, like upon further inspection, they're just like pieces of like colored glass.
Fury is so fucking disappointed.
Oh yeah, see? Look, who was fucking right? Whose book was right?
Fucking called it.
Yeah.
Snautilus isn't used to this Sunwalker bullshit stuff. Snautilus doesn't have, vampires in the Underdark. It's really weird, actually. Now I think.
Why wouldn't they? You'd think that'd be like their preferred habitat.
Well,
True.
but Snautilus thinks that we would taste worse. So if Snautilus was a vampire, he would make an underwater.
Well, you can test that theory if you turn into a vampire.
Snautilus will be under the ocean then, and you will find me, and it will be great.
I want to take a look at the lockbox once the.
Ooh, can I guide him?
Snautilus immediately starts like casting spells. Like,
Do you
Yeah.
even have spell slots?
Yeah. Go ahead.
well, yeah,
I wanna check it for traps because obviously this place they were big fans.
Yes. All right. Great.
And some magicals if that's possible. What am I rolling?
All
Investigation.
right. Well, so I'd say you kind of search it for traps. So make an investigation check with that extra D4. Well, that's
26.
That's pretty good. So this is a pretty simple looking lockbox. It's not very big. It looks very plain. There's not even a lock technically on it. There's no traps. It looks completely normal, and it looks like just like a little wooden box. You can make an Arcana check too. I guess somebody can if you'd like.
Ooh, I'll do that if I'm standing right there with him.
Yeah, Vitoris, you don't see any magic shit.
I tell everyone to back the fuck up, and I open the box.
All right, so you kind of just carefully open this little box, and all that's inside of it is a letter, a little piece of paper. And on the paper, it just reads, "Dear Thief, a lot of work for nothing, wasn't it?"
What a dick move. I'll read
Just
the
starts
letter out loud.
laughing. I just start laughing at you. That's what you get for being greedy, Clitoris.
I bend over, pick up one of the wooden pieces, and chuck it at Erie, and then walk over to this door.
Vitoris, what's your passive perception, 10? Okay.
Yeah, 10.
All right, so you walk over to this door, and it's not locked. It's just a regular like wooden door that you've seen kind of like all throughout most of the rest of this dungeon cellar.
Yep, and I know exactly what every door and floor has been like in this dungeon, so I'd like to check it for
Okay.
tripwires or anything like that.
Snautilus runs away towards like where the statue is and like crouches behind it.
So this one looks pretty normal. It doesn't have any of the tripwires on it. There's definitely no like big loose stone slabs at the top of it. It looks like a seemingly normal door.
As he goes to reach for it, Snautilus is going to go up and be like, "There's ballistas sometimes too," and then crouches again.
Does it? Well, I don't know yet. I'm gonna stand in the corner and pretty much try and not stand in front of the door with my face and open it.
All right.
Do I get behind me and mage hand that shit?
Oh yeah, I forgot I even had that. I'm glad you mentioned
You should have just told Maglar to go open it. He would have picked it.
He would have kicked that shit down.
I will summon my mage hand.
Snautilus' mouth is now agape, confused that you can actually do anything involving spells.
Well, you've been doing most of it, Snodler. And then I'll make it invisible just so maybe Snodler's will shit his pants. And if he doesn't, maybe I'll use prestidigitation to make it.
Snautilus immediately whips out his gem of seeing
It thinks there's a ghost in the room.
God damn it. And then I use it. Vasen, Kolos, you guys really want to stand there?
Oh,
Do I see the mage hand?
What's it do?
I like duck behind Yuri.
So let's see. So if the vampire statue stands up and casts chain lightning or lightning ball right there.
Lightning. And then I use the mage hand to open the door.
Okay, yeah. So the door opens and no ballista bolts fly out.
You just disintegrate in a
Yeah.
line.
Instead, a boulder shows up here and rolls horizontally across the plane.
Have you seen Indiana Jones?
Yeah, exactly.
One of them, mostly.
Oh God.
So did Snodlers with the
Building.
gem of seeing and true sight see the invisible mage hand?
Yeah, of course.
Would you also see any hidden doors?
Snodlers doesn't give a shit. He's looking for the mage hand.
I'm gonna use the mage hand to, like, I guess, kind of like walk in front of me, pushing on the floor, and I'll keep an eye out on the walls and whatnot.
Snodlers is now hyper fixated on the hand and is just literally looking wherever the hand is with the gem of seeing.
Yeah, you don't see anything. It looks pretty clear. I mean, you guys are like cautiously investigating as you walk through this hallway.
Snodlers is not cautious, but he's not being the first one either.
I'll just follow along about 5-10 feet behind the hand.
All right, yeah, and this looks like the same kind of like hand dug dirt cellar. And it looks like it has like twisting passageways. You kind of make your way deeper and darker into this endless dungeon.
Endless.
And you approach a section that looks like there's a little bit of a fork in the road. Or, I mean, a T intersection.
I'll send the mage hand left.
And you look down to the left, and you don't see anything anywhere. This looks like another long, empty hallway. And you guys, even this way, this looks like another long hallway. No creatures or anything disturbing anything.
I'm gonna take some more copper and just keep scatter on the floor as I go the opposite way of Taurus. Go this way.
All right.
Also just checking for traps, moving slow, super cautious.
Yeah, so how about everybody roll perception checks that are kind of being cautious and searching. So everybody but Snodlers.
Well, I was going to do disadvantage.
Or disadvantage. Like, yeah, I don't really care.
Snodlers still be Kolos.
Wait, what is? Oh no, never mind. That was the trick. Never mind. Fuck.
All right, so Taurus, you start looking down in this hallway, and you see both next to you and at the end of this hallway, there's these doors that both have these kind of like makeshift rigged blocks, kind of like kind of balanced above the door frames.
Alright, I'll yell out that I got a couple trap doors. That's what I think they are, right? Like, so that way the second the doors open, the rock fall.
Yeah, yep.
Alright. Then I'll just slowly make my way with the mage hand down here.
So, what are these things?
They're doors with rocks over them.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was this. My bad.
Where's my little reveal thing? Reveal!
Revelio.
Yuri is cautiously staying behind Meglar, hoping if any traps go off, they hit him.
Unless they're time delayed. Do I see Hector?
Yeah, you see Hector on the other side. These are pretty open little like passageways. They're 10 feet wide. You guys can hear each other's footsteps as you're walking around these dirt floors.
I'll let Hector know I got a couple of trap doors with some rocks over them.
The Taurus, Snodlers thinks we should open up the door that we passed.
Alright. We'll let them know me and Snarlers are gonna open up a door. I'm gonna stand.
I'm gonna take cover.
Everyone's taking cover. Here, scoot back, and then
I'll scoot
Wait.
back.
yeah, that's long enough. I'm gonna use my mage hand to open up that door.
All right. So as soon as the mage hand turns the handle and opens the door, you see that behind the door is just a wall of dirt, and the giant stone slab just falls down, crashing through the mage hand right onto the floor.
The Snarler see the mage hand is still there.
It's invisible unless you're still holding up your.
No, I'm definitely holding it up. I have 10
yeah,
minutes.
yeah. You see it like within the pile of rubble.
At this point, Snarler looks up and realizes that he's like the only one that's right next to it. Everyone else is like gone.
I'm gonna have it slowly just start crawling towards Snarlers,
Adam family style.
reaching for him.
Wait, Snarler isn't scared of magic, but the fact that it's invisible is intriguing.
And then I'm going. Oh yeah, that's right. Because I don't think wizards can't do that, can they?
No.
Then I'll do the same thing, except I'll go to this wall, and I'll do the same thing on that door.
Yeah, the same exact thing happens to that door. You open it up, and it's just a fake door that leads to nothing, and the ground just, or like a bunch of earth and blocks just fall down on top of the in that area.
Sorry, there was a couple of doors. There's just dirt.
Just some more bullshit traps that whoever booby trapped the shit out of this place left for people.
Bet you this is the real treasure room, guys. Quick, through this door.
What was opposite this door here?
So there's a little hallway down there, which is just a little dead end.
Yikes. This place.
Continue moving forward with the mage hand. Feel it along the floor.
Yeah, so you can make your way around, and you guys eventually get back to the room that you're in with the Minotaur, the glass Minotaur statue.
So it's just
we didn't try and go that way to get to them.
oh god,
Probably would have took.
didn't matter. We got there and they killed it.
Probably would have took longer.
Well, that's it, boys. We only got the one treasure room, and I use that term loosely.
I'm gonna go back to the room with the glass vampire in it. I'm gonna look around for like hidden doors, hidden compartments. I don't know, fucking anything.
Yeah, so you start looking around, and you notice like kind of behind the lockbox area, there's definitely a different look to the wall, where you can tell there's kind of like a secret passage, secret door kind of embedded in the wall right here.
Clever bastards.
How big are the teeth on the statue?
Probably.
Or did the whole thing just like crumble?
Well, the head is in one piece, but the teeth are gone. It kind of transformed back into like this elvish woman. It doesn't look like a vampire anymore. But the head is there, but it's stone.
Nah, I wanted the teeth.
Teeth are gone.
Snodler's takes his foot and grinds out some of the jade and shoves it into his bag.
Is that a component?
Only if you snort it.
I'll do the same thing.
So it is funny because we're both basically wizards, but this is the first time I think I've ever seen you cast a spell.
I've used shield a few times.
Yeah, but I mean that's like reactionary in battle. I'm not paying attention.
So Hector, this door, as you kind of push on it, it opens up into a hallway where you see two doors, one to the south and one to the east.
I just yell out to anyone who's not paying attention that we found a secret passage, and we're going forward.
Like hobbling through the air.
With the hand? I'll make the hand visible so Hector can see the hand.
Aww. I put away the thing.
And
Can you tell it quits being invisible?
I mean, I feel like I would, like... Otherwise, how would I discern someone in the astral plane or a hidden object or an illusion? Like, I feel like it would just look different.
All right, Vitoris, you want to work your
City
magic on
found
the
treasure.
Yep. If you want to not stand in front of the door.
Yep.
Do any of them have like rocks over them or anything obvious?
Go ahead and make another make a perception check.
Oh no, that's persuasion.
Well-
Nope, that's performance. The other piece.
Who found the
Persuade those
treasure?
doors.
Yeah, can you please open and not kill me?
So these doors they don't look trapped. Not like what you've seen so far.
I'll open up this door first with the mage hand.
All right. So at this point, you open the door up safely, securely, and it opens up to another hallway. And the door at the other end of the hallway, you now are kind of wise to the ways of this dungeon. And it looks like there's another one of these false doors down at the end of the hallway. Same sort of setup where there's a bunch of like loose stone that are kind of like.
I'll stand around the corner just in case there's. I've heard about doors with ballistas behind them, so I'll send the mage hand down to open up this door.
Oh, you're doing this one? I'll stand over here then.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm assuming it's just going to be a dirt trap, but
Yeah, it's identical. So like as soon as you do that, yeah, the rocks crumble down and the door just looks all janky, and
now I'm gonna do this door.
you guys are all like, this is bullshit now.
Somebody was paranoid,
Like, we're over your shit here.
and then I open up this door.
All right, as soon as you open that door, it opens up into a kind of like a big square room.
Brothel?
It's similar to the Pink Pearl, but without all the herpes. But like when you
Oh shit!
when you open the door, there's these two massive pillars, like marble pillars that are holding up to the ceiling.
Thought you were about to say statues. I was gonna say I shut the door and walk away.
There's two large, black, shiny iron statues standing in the room.
Oh god! I just shut the door. I let them know there's more statues in there.
Wait, which door is this?
The one that Meglar is standing in front of.
Got it. Stallos is ready.
Alright, I guess I'll reopen the door, and before I walk in though, I want to check the floor for tripwires or anything like that.
All right, so yeah, you open the door up and into this room, and it's probably about like 40-foot square.
That's a big fucking room.
It's a big room with these giant pillars and these two black statues, and as soon as you step into the room, Vitoris, these things just like, they look like giant like metal like robots. They just like come to life. They have like there's no features on these like round like ball heads, I guess you'd say, and these metallic arms. They're not overly tall. They're like maybe good 6-7 feet tall. And as soon as you walk into the room, you see them just start spinning, and these their arms turn into these massive, like helicopter-looking blades, and both these statues just start spinning in circles. And let's roll for initiative as they come spinning towards you guys.
Damn, Kolos.
Only crit tonight.
Don't you love it when you crit on something? You're like, why couldn't it be an attack?
Uh huh.
Does the room look like, do I see any tripwires or anything?
No,
Throughout the room.
It just looks like a big, normal looking room. But also within the room, just as you open it, and you kind of step in, you see various treasure chests and things kind of like stacked up in the corners of the rooms. And on the opposite wall, directly from where you're standing, you see this metallic looking shaft or staff hanging up on the wall above all the treasure chests over here.
All right.
All right, so let's see. Let's put this in order. So who was stacking up behind Vitoris? Are you guys
looks like everyone.
I'm right where I'm standing.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. I'm
All
good
right.
here.
So yeah, I like it. So yeah, these things just start spinning towards you, Vitoris. We'll say they only move about 5 feet in. And Kolos,
Ah!
you're ready to act. What do you want to do?
Well, I'm just gonna go running in and try to hack at this guy. Well, 22.
All right, 22 is definitely gonna hit these guys.
I thought you were about to say miss. I was going to say, leave. Let's go. We're done here, guys.
Yep, time to go.
So for 12 slashing. All right, cool. Yeah. As you hear your sword just clang off the metallic bodies of this thing, these blades are just spinning in front of you.
Oh, well, I'll try again.
Nice. And you just push it back. You can see its blades are spinning, hitting your shield. Sparks start shooting out of this thing as you land 2 good blows on it.
That's all I'm gonna do.
All right, Hector.
Ooh, I'm gonna take a few steps up so I can see everyone that I need to. I'm gonna cast Bless on at second level. Man, names are hard. Kolos, on Vitoris, on the other V1,
The
Vossen,
other V1.
and let's give Snoddlers today. Snoddlers gets a bless.
You see Snoddlers like fist pump.
And then I'm gonna try and take a step back and get out of the way. That's all I got.
All right, so that brings up this statue. We start spinning into action, and it just like spins like a top across the floor. It's like like a little helicopter, and about waist high, you see these blades coming out of it. So I need what's your name? Kolos and Vitoris to make some dexterity saving throws. All right, so both of you guys are going to take half damage of...
Actually, I think I'm going to take none.
half of 21 damage. Since you guys both succeeded. What were you going to do there, Taurus?
I take none. I take none because of evasion.
Okay. You can nimbly dodge.
Yeah. I duck out of the way all Matrix style.
Alright, so Colas, yeah, you just take half of whatever I said there. 18...
21.
20, half of 21, so you just take 10.
10.
10
Yeah.
slashing. And see if he can recharge his little skill there. And he does not. Alright, so the other statue who is like whirling, you see it stop, and then it's like starts transforming. The blades come together and form this massive hammer, and it just comes swinging down on top of you, Kolos.
Can I see this one or no?
Yeah, that one you could probably see better than from where you're at.
Can I use my reaction to see if I can make this miss?
Sure.
Is this thing like medium, large?
It's medium size.
So take a 1 off
I
whatever
agree.
that Kolos is.
So that's a 21 to hit then, if you're taking 1 off of you.
Who did we lose?
Fury.
Oh.
I tried, man.
All right, so Kolos, you get smashed. This thing, this heavy hammer, just like hits you out of nowhere, and it knocks you prone, and you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage. Prone. We're gonna give you the snail. So while you're on the ground, it takes its second attack with a massive hammer, and it swings it down again on top of you. With a 21 to hit.
That hits.
For 13 points of bludgeoning damage as you're laying there, and this thing is just smashing on top of you. That's it for its turn. Go ahead, Meglar.
It's the one that's been hit.
Yeah,
Okay.
And can you guys hear me?
we can hear you.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna hit this one with my greatsword.
Alrighty then.
All right.
Yeah, Megler, what do you have this thing rigged? You've
Oh,
only you've only rolled like natural 20s. I'm gonna have to investigate that. Yeah, so you hit him for 15 plus what's your be another 12. 27.
Plus 15 plus.
Yeah, so it'd be 20.
Wait, 27?
Yeah, because you do max damage with the crit.
So
Oh,
only. Oh yeah, never mind.
So 2d6s instead of the 6 and a 4.
Jesus.
So yeah, you come charging in there and smash into this thing. All right, it's still alive though.
all right. I'm gonna use my what is it? Is it savage attacks?
Savage attacker, you get an
Yeah.
additional like D8, I think.
Yep.
Jesus.
All right.
That's just another D6, right?
You can roll one of the weapon's damage dice one additional time, and then to the extra damage of the critical hit. So your
Okay.
weapon's damage dice, whatever that is a
D6.
d6.
Okay, just one or two of them.
Well, it says one, but
Yeah, that's the one shitty thing about the greatsword is technically it's just one, even though if it was.
it's a two.
Okay.
Yeah,
It
no,
says-
it's 2d6.
And it says 2D6.
Yeah, but
That's
it says
normal.
Yeah, but it says you can roll one of the weapon's damage dice,
Correct. Rules as written,
Okay,
you roll
for save.
one additional
Alright.
D6.
which
Your
is
average
crappy
damage is higher.
because if you had like a long sword, you're just gonna get like a better.
Well, that's a crit 6, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a little bug in the rules I don't care for.
But
And I am gonna.
Does that mean he technically also gets a bonus 6? Because it should be his. No, never mind.
No.
Yeah.
That's dirty.
Well, I'm gonna try my greatsword again.
All right, do it up.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this time you're gonna miss. You got a little cocky.
Hacks don't work.
Got to refresh.
All right. Well, that's my move.
All right, go ahead, Taurus. You got Kolos laying on the ground in front of you, getting smashed the shit out of, and then there's a spinning blade thing in front of you.
Bonus action disengage. Let's go further into the room. I'll go there. And then I'll shoot. Which one is pounding Kolos into the ground?
This one's pounding Kolos right here.
I'll take a shot at that one then.
Oh,
10?
It misses. So
13. 13?
13 misses.
No.
Well, thanks for trying. That's it for my turn.
I always try.
All right. Snowdler's in the hallway. You hear a whole bunch of like Transformer action going on in this room.
Snarlers runs up to the doorway and like peeks his head in. And suddenly you see Daka show up out of nowhere.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
And with the remainder of his movement, he moves down. Snarlers moves down again. Snarlers is not a fan of being in next to anything. And using one of his cast spell Manifest Minds, he is going to cast a third level chromatic orb against
Ooh, yeah.
this guy.
You have bless built in, you want me to roll it?
I have it built in.
Alright.
It's metal, right?
It is
Or
metal.
it's metal?
Yep.
Sure, it's too cold. Ooh, fire.
Oh, the 29 to hit. Badass. So, 20 points of fire damage. Let's see here. Yeah, as you blast this thing, it's like the flames just scorch it. You see like little things are like little pockets of oil just start squirting out of this thing. It is still alive, but definitely badly hurt.
Snottler's turn.
All right, Vassen.
Fucking run in there and jump kick the motherfucker. Ah!
Yeah. Oh yeah.
24.
Kick right into this thing's big ass.
11. Then when I come down, I fucking swing around and hit him with a fucking two-handed backswing.
Yeah, this time's
17.
with the blast, it's gonna hit.
For 10.
So you're wailing away at this thing as the blades are spinning, but you're just narrowly like dodging out of the way.
And I come back around with a overhand chop down with it. 17.
That's gonna hit.
13.
All right.
Then that's my turn.
Cool. All right, Kolos laying on the floor, getting pounded.
Yeah.
Seems normal.
Yep. You did say it was the pink pearl. Anyway. Standing up just takes half my movement. It's not an action, right?
Right.
Alright, good. Well, I'm gonna stand back up, and I'm gonna try to kill the guy who hit me with the hammer.
All right.
Oh.
With an 11.
Ooh, you're gonna miss.
I'll try again. Hey, 26.
26 will work though as you smash into this thing. He's still standing.
Jesus. Yeah, that's gonna be it.
There's just like a display, like this thing is just like it's got singed. There's oil leaking out of this like robotic-looking creature. It's looking mean. Go ahead, Hector.
I can still kind of see this guy right here, right?
Yeah, I'd say you'd be able to see him.
I'm just gonna hit. I don't know. I'm gonna do a produce. Actually, not. I'm gonna read that one first. I'm just gonna do a sacred flame. So we need
Dex save.
DC 14 dex save.
Let's see what he's got. An 18.
Hey, nothing happens. That's the end of my turn.
All right, that brings up the statue down here. He decides he's going to start spinning faster. And he makes his blades come out of his arms, and he spins into Kolos and Vasen. So you guys both need to make some dex saving throws.
Too many V's.
Yep. So both of you are going to pass. So you're both going to take half damage from 3d10s. Plus.
Use my reaction to do tipsy sway.
Look at that roll.
Oh.
Actually, not tipsy sway.
3d10 and he rolls an 8.
Wow. So plus 3, so half of 11. So 5 points of damage.
I take 0.
All right.
I believe evasion.
And then he's going
I'm looking for it.
We gotta roll his refresh. As he does that, you see him. He's still spinning super fast. It was almost spinning faster. That's it for his turn. And then it brings up the hammer guy.
Yeah, I had evasion, by the way.
Yeah, so you take.
Just want to double check.
Yeah, I remember you. How many key points do you have left?
Short rest fills them back up, baby.
Ooh, nice.
And it doesn't use a key point for that. I don't believe so.
No, it just happened.
Yep, no key point needed.
Okay, so this other dude with the hammer, he attacks Meglar with the hammer. Ooh, with a natural 1.
I thought for sure that was about to be a natural 20.
Dex save. Just kidding.
He actually rolled a 7 and a 20, not natural, but well, 7 it's a natural 1, but plus 6. Anyway, so he crit fails. We'll make him make a dex saving throw. With the 13. So yeah, he tries to slam the hammer, and you see it's like there's like wires that are holding its arm together start to like stretch a little bit, but it manages to retract the hammer back up, and it takes a second attack at Megler. It's hammer time. 22 to hit, Megler.
That's a hit.
So it smashes into you for 11 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are knocked prone.
How many pun damages does he take?
All right, go ahead, Meglar, who is laying down. I'm assuming you're going to stand back up.
Yep, I'm gonna use my action to stand up and swing at him with my greatsword.
It's probably going to be a natural 20.
14.
Oh, no. What happened to you, Meglar? Yeah. So you swing, and you're just so dazed from getting smashed by that hammer, you miss.
So getting up was that did count as an action, right? So
No, just
meaning I can't.
half your movement, so you still have your other attack.
Oh, okay. All right, I will attack him again then
All right.
with a 26.
Yeah, that time you hit him and you smash into him, and you see sparks flying everywhere, and this machine oil like splatter all up against the marble pillars in there, but he's still hanging in there. There's smoke coming out of this thing pretty bad now.
All right, I will end.
Go ahead, Taurus.
I make a shot at this one. $24 to hit
Ooh, that'll hit.
for 20 points of damage.
Oh, you just pop a crossbow bolt right into the back of this thing's dome head.
Is it down?
Oh no, it looks hurt and mad. You see like all sorts of like electricity just like shooting out from just the head of this thing.
It was the gnome, and I point at the. And then I will. $12?
No.
13?
13's still gonna miss.
And that's it for my turn.
All right.
All the ones, guys.
Snobler's Daka.
Alright, using one more of my things. So I take a couple seconds to look around through Daco and get a feel for it. Which of these two has hurt them, leaking the most or hurt the most?
Yeah, this dude to your north.
Alright, the one that I hit the first time.
Yeah, he's definitely looking pretty bad.
You think I would notice the staff?
Yeah, I think you notice staff looking around the room. It's kind of like, displayed prominently up on the wall.
Alright. So I will do another chromatic orb.
Oh, Yuri never rolled initiative.
Uh-oh. Do you want him to go, just like insert him before me? I haven't gone yet. He missed 2 turns then.
Yuri, are you there?
I think he dropped, out of Discord completely.
And he came back.
Oh, Yuri.
Hello?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Having some technical difficulties over here.
Do you want to take a turn?
2.
2 turns?
Sure.
All right, so go ahead. We'll let Yuri go before Snobblers.
So I'm going to move in the room and quickly assess the situation and attack this first robot I see, thinking that it's attacking Vasen.
All right, the one next to Vossen.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, so you run in and take a big swing, but you miss.
Ah.
This thing's spinning really fast. It's kind of hard to hit.
And I'll swing at it for a second time.
Oh yeah, this time you
A 24.
managed to get in there and take a big whack at this thing. You definitely hit him pretty good. He's still spinning.
And I'm going to use my axe and surge and attack it again.
All right.
So he's gonna get 3 turns now.
Yeah. All right, so you smash him again. Go ahead, keep on swinging. All right, yeah, so you need that second attack. Yeah, you're just running there, just start beating on him with the axe, and you see it stop spinning now, and sparks are flying, but it's still standing there.
Is Vossen down?
Why do you guys assume he's down?
No.
You can go ahead and take one more turn, Yuri, if you want. Since we skipped you twice. All right. So Yuri, as you're running, you just start unleashing the axe into this thing, and you can see it like starting. It was starting to like turn away. It was like headed towards Vitoris, but as it started moving, you just run in there and just smash the shit out of it, and it explodes. Smoke just starts filling the room. And this thing is like busts into a whole bunch of like little pieces and parts go flying all over the place. All right, so go ahead, Snothers. I know you want to finish off the other guy. Yes.
But I won't. I'm pretty sure it has
Yeah,
a AC higher than 15.
He has a 16 AC. That sucks.
Yeah. With that, I'm gonna have my guys just start floating over to the where the thing is.
Okay. All right, so that leaves Vossen to finish off this other dude.
Whoa, I'm gonna fucking jump kick this fucker. Yeah.
Nice. Go ahead, finish him off.
11 with a roundhouse kick to the fucking dome.
Yeah, so you just smash the dome right off of its body. It just goes like spinning like a top, like a salad bowl across the floor, and the thing just kind of like just falls over, and you hear it like, meow, and smoke comes out of it. It is no more.
Daka floats up and tries to grab at the staff, and his ghostly hands just go through it because Nautilus forgets that he's actually not in the room.
He's not. Yeah, so you guys look around in this room and you see a whole bunch of little treasure chests. You see this staff that's kind of almost has this like otherworldly glow to it. That's kind of up on the wall.
So Nautilus goes and tries to jump to get the staff down.
Yeah, and it's about probably a good 6 feet off the ground.
I'm gonna go help Snothers. I'll like give him a boost.
Nice. So I go up and grab it. When I touch it before I'm even set down, I'd like to make like an Arcana just to try to feel it out.
So yes, now you feel a power to this. You feel that the power. This is definitely what you're.
Grayskull?
What's that?
See power, Grayskull?
The power of Grayskull. You have the power. You feel like this power kind of emanating off this thing. This thing is heavy though. It's about 6 feet long, and you realize now that like on one end, it has a little bit of a point to it, almost like it's more of a spear than it is a staff. But the diameter, this thing is like a good 1 inch in diameter, solid adamantine spear. It definitely gives off some amount of magical energy to it.
Can you just give me like a weight estimate? Did you say 18?
Oh yeah, that's probably pretty heavy. So it's probably a good 15 pounds, I would say.
All right.
Does it look like the tip is part of the trident?
Yeah. So like the tip, the top part of it almost looks like it's the same diameter as the part that you guys already have, the crossbar piece, and then the base of it is actually kind of like the spear part, where it doesn't look. It's more like a cone, like a sharp pommel on the other end.
Does it look like it could fit into the
Bag of holding,
candelabra part? And the candelabra part?
Yeah, so it does look like it would fit in the candelabra part.
I want to get who's got the candelabra part of the trident?
Snoddlers looks around and slowly starts putting the staff into his bag of holding. As he opens the bag, you see a little shiny adamantine piece in there already.
See if you could put them together.
I would
Fine.
advise against that.
Snoddlers pulls up the staff, and as he does so, he's looking around to see if it has anything written on it.
Gary starts backing away from Snoddlers. Slowly.
Yeah, so this staff is heavy, so it's taken all of your might, Snoddlers, to hold on to this thing. Not that, like I said, it's heavy, but it's more so cumbersome because it's 6 feet long.
I know. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't imagine carrying something that's 12 feet long that's made out of pure most of my weight, right?
And as you try to attach the thing to it, the candelabra part, it slides perfectly on there, and as soon as it's on there, you feel like a little bit of a pulsating in the shaft as it kind of just welds itself to the end, and at the same time, now you're looking at this thing, you don't see any more inscriptions or anything on the shaft, but it definitely seemed to have bonded itself to the candelabra part, and now the other end where the cone pommel is actually the bottom, is the base part of it.
Nautilus isn't sure this was a smart idea. Now we can't separate them. Nautilus actually tries to pull them apart.
Yeah, see, no matter how much you try to pull apart, it looks like they're completely fused, as if they're one solid item crafted that way.
Nautilus
it looks like they're safe with you.
Help! Nautilus is a little confused and concerned, but that's okay. And he slowly he puts the bag of holding on the ground and tries to prop it open with one foot. As he slowly and carefully puts either side, because they're pointy, into this bag, making sure not to pierce the side of the bag.
Through it. It's it should fit in there, right? Yeah, because it's just as long as it's within 2 feet diameter.
4 feet deep.
Oh, it's only 4 feet deep.
No, I'm carrying it around. It just has 2 feet sticking out of the bag. What?
Yeah, so it won't fit in the bag of holding.
I don't think it fits in anyone's anything.
And it's 6 foot long. It's a big ass pole.
I'm thinking I'm just going to let it hang out by 2 feet. I mean, that's cool with you.
It's like banging into the heart.
Yeah, I mean, it's alright.
Is there anything else in the room?
Snoddlers pats the top and goes, "It's safe for Snoddlers." As he turns and immediately hits the pillar and fucking puts a big chunk out of the pillar.
So, to summarize, we got the base spike, the shaft of it, and then one of the trident prongs.
You don't have any of the prongs. You have
balls.
The holder, the U-shaped candelabra part of it. That's what we're calling it, and then the shaft, and then the other end has a kind of a conical pommel on it.
Okay, I'm with you now. I was a little confused. Sorry.
Yeah, I try to describe the base. So it's not just a flat rod at the bottom. It has a little bit of a spike to it that you could use it, I guess, as an offensive weapon as much as just also a utility thing to actually hold on so your hands don't slip off of it.
The polearm 1d4 attack. This is it.
Yeah. I'm with you now. I'm all on the same page.
Well, what should we do with it?
Nautilus is confused. We're already doing something with it.
Okay, let's go.
Hold on one sec. And I just want to, real quick, look. Has it been 3 hours for my spider, or is it?
It's probably been an hour.
Sick. I want to check back in with my spider before we head off.
Yes.
What,
So most of these guys have gone off to bed because it was late at night, and they all just stopped waiting up for you. Bayleaf is the only one who's kind of sitting out, like, impatiently waiting. The rest of them have all gone off to bed, and I think you just see like a couple guards kind of like here and there walk around the main room, but it looks pretty quiet out there now.
Is there anything else in this room?
Yeah, so in the room there's also a whole bunch of like little treasure chests and urns. You can see like the urns are open tops, and there's gold pieces kind of sitting inside of them.
Are they real gold pieces?
Yes, so this time you guys find 480 gold and 1,200 silver.
Whoa.
And also in the corner of the room you find like 5 of these bolts of like really fine silk.
Nice.
So I imagine after the staff is in there and secure, and Nautilus is literally just walking around as you watch him saying it into shit. And then he just opens the bag and like slides the entire urn worth of shit with the urn and all like into the bag hole, just like
Dumping shit in there.
No, like the whole thing, like not even dumping it, just like sliding it off into the bag haphazardly.
How many silver pieces?
1,200. So only 480 gold, but you find 1,200 silver. You got all
68 gold apiece.
You also find 2 potions of healing and a mithril chainmail.
Ooh. What a kingly gift.
Mm.
It's 171 silver apiece.
Wow, thanks for like the 10 gold.
Yeah, so not a whole lot of gold down here.
So how many silver did you say? 101?
171 and 68 gold.
What's the mithril chain do again?
Let's see. So it's heavy.
It's the exact same as normal, except for it's not. It doesn't have the weight requirements, and I think it has no disadvantage to stealth.
Yeah, so it's heavy armor. Yeah, heavy chainmail without the stealth.
I always get like the adamantine, the heavy chain, or the elven chain, and the mithril like mixed up in my head. So
Yeah, Elven Chain is badass. Anyone can wear it. Mithril is just
That's
stealth.
what I was thinking this was.
I was double checking. That's not what it was. So I was in the same boat.
So who's gonna take the armor?
I can't even wear heavy armor.
I'll just take the gold.
Everyone's got gold. There was chainmail and what else? Or was that it?
2 potions of healing.
Nautilus would appreciate a potion of healing.
I think, yeah, I have one, so I don't need one.
I'll take a potion of healing.
And in his best dwarvish voice, which apparently is not that good, you hear Snoddlers mockingly like, "Oi, Yuri, don't you need some potions or armor or something?" Snoddlers guess not.
Okay. I guess we'll just leave this chainmail here.
I mean, we'll take it. But
I already have 2 sets of armor. I mean,
This armor might be better for you, but just saying.
what's he have, a breastplate?
Chainmail is actually a pretty low in the armor tier, but the fact that it gives you not disadvantage and
I mean, I'll take it if I can carry it.
Yeah, this is
For
like
sure.
lightweight armor. That it's the same armor you have, but it wouldn't. You don't have the disadvantage on stealth checks if you were to wear it.
But you lose your swimming speed.
Oh yeah, you'd have to take off your other.
Yeah. I definitely need my swimming.
Snodlers looks around at like this dark cave. Like Snodlers doesn't see a lot of ocean underwater. Snodlers is not very used to that. I don't know that you need that here.
I mean, I'll take it. Maybe it'll come in handy.
And with that,
Oh.
Snodlers walks out the door and hits the staff on every single door exit on the way out.
Bing, bing, bing.
I'll follow the ringing of the bells.
I have to put the armor on if I take it, right? I can just carry it. I can just carry it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally the lightest thing you've ever seen for armor, and it's chained, so you just walk up the door and back.
Do I know that if I... Well, obviously I know I have to take my other armor off and I won't be able to swim, correct?
You can swim.
Yuri can doggy paddle.
It's true.
You just won't be able to float with the armor that you have. Yeah, so I'm assuming you guys just make your way back up to the.
Yeah, as we get real close, I'm gonna cast Eagle Splendor on myself.
Snodlers happen to remember that there's a pit here.
So there's no way to not let these people know that we found something?
Oh, Snodlers is just busting through the door, and they hear tinking every single time we walk through anything.
Keep in mind that they may try to kill you for whatever you have. Which
There's a gleam in Snodlers' eye that's like thievery. It's not acceptable.
So you
that
guys,
would be a mistake.
you make your way back up to the main room where you see Bayleaf sitting at a table drinking by himself, and like I said, you see two guards. They're kind of sitting around. They see you guys come up back from the winding way tunnels, and they both run off to get their boss. So you guys got a minute alone with Bayleaf or whatever you want to do.
Yep, I immediately wanted to walk over to Bayleaf and be like,
Is that the well-dressed dude?
Yeah.
yeah, it's the bard, not bard. Immediately want to walk over to him and be like, hey, before we have the meeting with this guy, what do you mean they were what they seem? What kind of details can you give us? Like, I need the lowdown quick. You got like 20 seconds.
Well, you promised to take me with you, right?
Yes.
Well, these are all decent people, but why I say I wouldn't trust them is they worship a dark god. I mean, they deal with necromancy and things. I don't know if they're the kind of people that you want just running around out in town, but
What dark god?
Kalimvor, the god of death. So
Why would the priests of Abbey worship them?
I don't know. I just came here because I was brought here to protect them, run security. I don't know.
How-
They paid well.
With a 25 in religion, do I know anything, or could I make it deduce any links between the two gods and such?
Yeah, I'm sure you probably has studied it enough to know that he's like the god of like death, justice, and kill them all. Let Kalimvor sort them out. But you do know they're kind of based on necromancy for sure. So whether or not Snodlers thinks that necromancy is borderline evil, that's up to you.
Look. Snodlers is sure that these guys have decent intentions. Look, it's kill first, ask questions later. Snodlers thinks we're kind of in the same boat. Like, Snobulus isn't sure this is that big of a deal. We just should make sure that we're not on the kill first list.
I was just
Snobulus
wondering
is
if
probably
maybe
okay.
Snodlers was looking for like a sign-up sheet.
No. Snobulus is not kill first. That's question slated. This party is, and Snobulus is just trying to fit in.
Trying to fit in. But yeah, so Bayleaf is like, like this is up to you. I know, like, we've all been trapped here, and I don't know how we're gonna get past the skeletons, but if you have my only guess is possibly the medallion that Osmandius wears, because the High Cleric, Velik, he used to wear that same medallion, and he brought me through the dunes while wearing that. None of the skeletons attacked us, so I'm just saying.
I think most, if not all, the skeletons are dead unless they reconstitute.
Well,
Snobulus thinks they reconstitute every time.
that's kind of what they do here. That is their defense.
To be fair, we all saw them reconstituting.
True.
Yeah.
So can I cast Detect Thoughts as he's going through all of this, which gives me just surface thoughts, I believe, unless I probe deeper with a wisdom save is necessary. But obviously, we verify that.
Yeah, so surface thoughts are like definitely. He's like, oh, this could be it. This is my chance to get back home.
And as he's talking about the other group and how they're dangerous, like, do I feel or hear any, like, not lying, but like miscontent, misguidance? Like, can I also roll insight maybe?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll insight on top of that.
Can I do that with an advantage by chance for doing this?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Thank God.
Yeah, you're in his head, and he seems sincere, and like that these guys, they're not necessarily evil, and they're kind of like also left clueless. So like everything that he's known has been this guy Velik was in charge of all of them, so he kind of left the rest of them in the dark and told them all these stories like, we're stationed here, we're entrusted for generations to protect whatever's in this cellar. So he doesn't really have any like
Yeah, good enough.
sway one way or the other with these people, but
He's sincere regardless.
yeah, and most of his thoughts are literally just like he's like
That's good.
relieved, like you guys are his one chance now to get out of here. So
Good. All right, thank you. So at that point, Stumblers starts walking. Which way did we see them walk out of to find the other dude?
yeah,
West
so they
south?
went to this room over here, and like while you guys are kind of talking to him, like Osmandius comes out with the two guards, and he's kind of like, half awake, and along with the Dragonborn that he was accompanied with before. So they come out. I would assume they're coming out first, and he.
Stumblers, I think I have 1 minute with Detect Thoughts. I can move it, so I'd like to move it towards the old guy as I see him coming out.
Yeah, so when you see the old guy, he notices the giant trident like hanging out of your pocket essentially. So now there's instantly he's like, oh, the stories were true. You hear in his head like, oh, these guys did it. Like they must be the real deal. But
yes, Snodlers founded this, and also the other part. And be careful because there was a lot of bad things on there. Snodlers can make sure that everyone's unalived, so just be careful.
So Osmandius like walks up to you with it, and he actually like gets down to your level, and he bows down to you, and he says, we are at your mercy. Please, we beg of you, take us with you. Let us leave this wretched place.
Snodlers is good at that. You see him turn around. As he turns, he probably gets really close to hitting the dude with the staff. Waiting for everyone else to answer.
Where do you want to go?
I just want to get back to the mainland. I can find transport from Saltmarsh.
Well, good.
Yeah.
We're heading to Saltmarsh also.
That's what we previously agreed upon. So as we lived up, we're gonna do the same on our agreement. And we'll be on
Can I
our way.
Can I switch my shit to the Dragonborn for like the last probably like 5 seconds of the spell?
Yeah, so like as you do that, like the surface thoughts you get on the Dragonborn is like he's like, I don't trust these motherfuckers.
Good enough for me. Thank you.
And especially when you like he sees you turn around with the trident almost hit the old man. He's like, I'm gonna fuck this guy up. All right, so as Mandius, he's like stands up and he's like, everybody, gather your things. We're leaving.
Oh, can we leave in the morning?
In the morning?
Yes, we've had a lot of battles and we're hurt pretty bad. We barely made it out alive. That fucking place was filled with traps.
Well, considering that we've been here for 15 years, I guess what's one more night?
You'll leave when we.
Is okay.
You'll leave when we say you can leave.
The Dragonborn instantly walks over to Yuri and he's like, "You watch your mouth, dwarf."
Nautilus is okay. Nautilus still has at least 3 fireballs.
And Osmandius is like, "Oh, whoa, Ogmund, stand down. These are our friends now. Please, gentlemen, help yourself. Stay in whatever room you want." And he kind of like points around the cellar, and there's several other doors, a couple other rooms that we don't have much to eat, but help yourself, whatever you want. We're all leaving here in the morning, so. And he heads off to his room, and the guards, they kind of stand by the door to make sure you're not gonna like jet out on him. And Ogmund, he does the same thing. The Dragonborn kind of just sits at a table and kind of like eyeballs the shit out of you guys.
Just come over and mutter to Meglar, "Let's eat all their fucking food, Meglar."
If you do that, they'll eat all the food on our ship.
I don't think we should even take them.
Just like that one dwarf drank all your booze.
Nautilus thinks that was a bad thing, but to lie about it, that was not appropriate.
You're saying you don't think he drank my booze?
No, Nautilus thinks he drank your booze and also lied about it. If he would have admitted it and reprimanded himself, so be it.
Oh boy.
I can only think what Vitoris's little employee is doing with Vassen's booze on the ship.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Egler is stepping aside for this.
You and that fucking dude. You know what? You can hire the next one.
I plan on it. It's the only way we're going to get good help around here.
Good help.
All right, so what are you guys gonna do? You guys are just gonna spend the night in one of the spare rooms, or?
Yes, ideally.
Yeah.
Can I look around to see if there's any like brass brazier or anything like big that I could probably cast Find Familiar in?
Yeah, I mean, there's probably braziers and things like that around. I mean, they had all sorts of shit like that were up originally in the abbey, and they probably brought whatever usable supplies back down into the cellar. So.
I'd like to go up to one, take the next 11 minutes, and re-get my owl from the I didn't sink an entire cruise vessel owl distraction event.
Okay.
I'm probably going to write a letter to what's his name back on our ship. Just a quick note saying that we're going to be staying overnight. We'll be back in the morning with more people. Be ready. Don't be alarmed. And then I'll cast Find Familiar, make an owl, give him the note, and send him back to the ship to give it to. I can now remember that guy's name. Bobby? No, it wasn't Bobby. It was the other guy.
So the guards are at the door, and they're like have the door closed, and they're like questioning you, like they're not going to open the door for your owl.
I just unroll the note and let him fucking read it.
They look at each other and they're like, okay. And they open the door, and Ogmund the whole time, he's still like kind of a little bit more, you can tell he's getting more anxious as he's sitting here watching you guys. He's assuming you guys are supposed to just be going to sleep, so the longer you're awake, the more annoyed he's getting.
As he opens the door, I'm gonna be like, Hector, do you know illusionary script 2? Snobblers knows that.
No, I don't.
Oh.
It takes like what 5-10 minutes. Send off an owl, and then I'll find someplace to kick it for the night.
Okay.
I'm going to go in this room right here and
Take a shit.
bed down if
Find whichever room Boston's in, shit in it, go to the next one.
Meglar's just gonna go to an available room and just crash. After the big battles he's been through.
All right, cool.
Snubblers walks in the first room and then casts like 12 alarms as a ritual, all for audible, all around the room for anyone that enters the room, friend or foe.
It's probably a good idea.
So a tiny or larger creature touches or enters the warded area.
Do I
It
see
will-
Snodlers do this?
Yeah, which room does Snodler's go in?
Oh, you don't know, bitch!
which one of you poor bastards picked the Dragonborn's room? Hopefully not me.
I haven't picked a room yet.
Yeah.
Which one is the Dragonborn's room?
I mean, it'll-
all these rooms, they're right. They're all like the doors are open. They're just a bunch of empty little bedrooms.
Yeah, you see Snodlers go into one, and then I just close it. Like, I close the door. Like, the door's closed. It's not available.
He just slams it closed. But as soon as he like tries to shut it, the trident gets stuck in the door,
Absolutely.
and he's just trying to slam it against the trident. And it's just not closing.
It'll take me like the next hour to do this, so... Like, literally every wall of this room is covered. I'm gonna just sleep in the middle.
I don't know if... I wanted to fuck with you in my hand. I don't know if it'll set off your traps, though.
You technically a tiny or larger creature.
I'm not sure if it's a creature.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it's
But-
anything.
If you fuck with me, I assure you, you probably will not like the plethora of tools I can always have prepared to fuck with you.
I'm not going to be in there. The hand does.
Yep, and now I know that you can do it, and you're the only one that can. So it must be just a magic hand.
Or it's a mouse. You didn't see it.
Yeah, it's going to be invisible. It just calls it the hand. It never specifies what it actually is.
Yeah, I don't think the hand would set off an alarm spell.
No, I don't think so.
The hand can activate magic items
Yeah.
or carry more than 10 pounds.
Although, I think you can. Yours can activate items.
Yeah. But I don't know if the magical items it can. Let me look.
But regardless, I don't think it would set off the alarm. It's technically not a creature.
Also, spiders are tiny beasts. Just so you know.
The spider would.
All sorts of alarms start going off.
Any sort of spider that goes in around the room, any mouse, little snake, cockroaches.
So Snowler's
All
is
day
not
long.
getting any sleep.
Not any sleep. Nobody's getting any sleep at all.
Nah, I just want to do it one time. Wait, he shut the door?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll wait like 10-15 minutes after he shuts the door, and I'll summon my hand, make it invisible, and have it open the door.
I'm like, you
And
walk
scurry
in, I'm basically just like naked casting the spell over and over.
Oh, jeez,
It
Christ.
takes me like 10 minutes per casting. So I'm like third of the way in, and I turn around, and the door open and
Oh,
close
wait,
itself.
wait, it's not gonna work. Fuck, I don't think this is gonna work how it is. I think it's got a time limit. It's 1 minute. I was gonna have it just sit in the room and wait for you to finish, and then just like fuck with you all night, but it can't. So in the middle of his casting, it'll walk up and like, I don't know, lightly tickle the back of his leg. No. Is it gay? It's not my hand. My actual hand.
It's not gay if you're receiving.
That's it. I'll just send it in, let it like listen at the door, see if he I don't know. I guess Snodlers looks like he's a squeaker. See if he lets out a loud squeak and then go to bed.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
gonna just watch my owl, make sure it gets there, and then after it arrives at the ship, and the ship looks I'm assuming intact and everything seems fine, I'll also go to bed.
How are you watching the ship?
Oh.
Can you actually see it?
It's only got like 100-foot range.
I think it's like 1,000 feet.
I thought it was 100.
His might be different. Because
Oh, it's a different familiar.
It's basically the same, though.
Mine is 100 feet.
Oh.
To use its senses.
Never mind then.
Yeah, this ship is definitely more than 100 feet.
I would think it'd be even more than 1,000 feet, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, this island's like a mile long, so.
It's only 5,280 feet.
Right, but the Abbey was probably only about the middle of the island, so it's like 2,000 feet.
They got our message. Your message, hopefully.
All right, so you guys are gonna spend the night unless there's anything else you guys want to do to fuck with each other.
Wait, Snoddlers now has a theory. If we are exactly 2,000 yards from the water, that is 666 yards. This is now a devil worshipping location.
Oh, you figured it all out.
Anything can be 666 away from anything else if you space it properly.
All right, so you guys all go to bed, and you wake up the next morning, and like the entire group of people, all the guards and the acolytes and all the worshippers and Mandius and the Dragon War and Bayleaf, they're all like waiting patiently at the tables for you guys to.
The second all of us walk out of our bedroom door, they're all just at the door.
Yeah,
backpacks
they're just
ready.
waiting for you guys now.
I'm looking like a immigrant convoy.
Yeah.
Megler just comes
Snoddlers.
out, whistling the drunken sailor tune.
You see Snoddler's door open, he yawns, and then walks through the door, and the thing tinks one more time.
Yuri just looks at everyone and says, "What the hell are you guys all waiting around for?"
So Bayleaf, he walks over to Osmandius and tells him, Osmandius, do you think that we can handle this? Can you handle this? And he's like, well, if these guys survived the winding way, then I'm sure they can protect us through the dunes.
I thought your necklace stopped that.
Snoddlers just think we assumed that.
My necklace? And he looks down at the medallion and he's like, well, I don't know. I've never tried that.
Can Snoddlers see it?
This is my medallion. I can't part with this.
Snoddlers understands. Can I touch it for several minutes while it's around your neck?
Yeah, you can touch it.
Jesus Christ.
Oh boy.
I'd like to longingly run my finger around it, try to like definitely awkwardly.
And the best part is he's probably got to bend over for you to reach it.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah. All right, yeah. So you take a look at this, and it definitely has some sort of detail to the inscription on there, but there's nothing really magical about it. But the closer you look at it, there's all sorts of like skulls and things that are kind of like very finely chiseled into this medallion. It's like extremely like a one of a kind sort of item.
Snoddlers doesn't feel anything magical or different about this, but it does seem to have a lot of undeath about it, so maybe Snoddlers thinks it might do something. Can I roll religion to see if it actually looks like a religious artifact or something?
Sure. Yeah, I mean it looks like some sort of holy artifact.
Yeah, well, unholy artifact.
Yeah, more of an unholy artifact. Yeah.
Well, if Snoddlers thinks that if this island is protected by the evil, the god, I forgot the god's name. Like, I would want to be like moderately respectful. But if it's protected by that god, then perhaps this medallion does do something, but it does not appear to be magically doing it.
And so Osmandius just looks at the trident still that's kind of like hanging out of your bag, and he's like, "Well, I suppose if this was the reason why it was hid here, I mean, this is probably one place that you wouldn't expect to find such a relic as that trident."
You see Solid's nodding like really heavily, and the trident's like just waving back and forth. I mean, I'm like 3 foot, and this thing's like 2 foot, and it's on my satchel. So like, this trident has to be taller than me.
Oh yeah, it's definitely taller than you. Shall we go?
Yeah, if we have everything in order.
All right, so you guys kind of all head up to the burnt down abbey, and they kind of all look at it. And Osmandius, he's like, "So long, faithful abbey, never more to see your bones again." And he brings his group to the edge of the dunes with you guys. You guys are all standing there in this big collective refugee group, and he says, "So, you travelers gonna lead the way, or what?"
Sure.
Nautilus thinks that the Galvadouts should do it, yes.
Everyone just stay around the dwarf.
Does your pendant keep these skeletons away?
So you guys are walking out into the dunes, and all of a sudden you start seeing these skeletons just start rising up from the sands, and they all just stop and they stand there staring at you. And like Osmandius looks like he's like gonna shit himself, and you guys are surrounded by these like skeletal remains of like Sahaugen and pirates and even clerics. Like this, you see them brightly in the daytime now. All these mixture of skeletons, and they just kind of like part ways as you guys walk through the dunes. And Osmandius is looking like shocked now that like he didn't really understand that the medallion kept them at bay, and this is why the head cleric wore this and was the only one that was traveling in and out of the through the dunes. And Bayleaf's like, "Yeah, see, I knew that shit." Doesn't take you guys too long. You guys make all your way back to the Skull Dunes, to the beach, and off from where?
Still just covered in I forgot the name of those fucking sea creatures. Sahaugen skeletons.
Oh yeah. The bodies on the beach are still there rotting, and like they're covered in like crows and like seagulls like ripping at the picking at the leftover like rotten flesh.
Hector's owls in there too somehow.
It made a little pit stop. Yeah, but you guys get on your rowboat and head back to the Sea Ghost, and you have a group of questionable looking clerics with you. You guys get back to the boat, and Bob the Schlub is there, and he's like relieved that you guys are back after like spending a night at this dangerous looking place, and he's like, "Captain Hector, good to see you. Should we head for home?"
The Saltmarsh.
All right.
So, Snodlers, you driving again?
Hell yeah. Snodlers like waddles up there with the staff still sticking out of the back of his pocket, and gets on the helm.
Yeah, so you get on the helm, and in the distance, you guys all like see this blinding flash of blue light, and it's like happening like probably to like the northwest from where you guys are at, and it's just all the crew members that are on board. They all you guys kind of all look up at this blue light that's like shooting up into the sky.
Can we guesstimate how far away it is?
Yeah, you guys can like just by
Another
judging
blue light
from where you guys came from, that it's in the direction of like Verstad or Kazadur, like in that direction you came from.
Snodlers is absolutely certain that this is magic.
Absolutely certain. But it's the identical light that you guys had seen before when Dagon had attacked Silver Bluff. But yeah, it looks far away, definitely a few days away.
Is anyone who are the clerics or underneath anywhere near the helm of Snodlers?
Yeah, so they're all up on the deck with you. They all also see the light. They look confused. They've never seen this, and these guys have been like on this island for the past 15 years. They haven't seen much.
So Snodlers is curious. Is this your god stuff?
They look puzzled, like, no, not our god. Hurry, let's make haste. I need to get home. So what are you guys doing? You guys heading to Saltmarsh, or are you heading out to sea?
Yeah, if they said so, they want to go Saltmarsh. Let's sit there.
All right.
That's where they all wanted to go, Saltmarsh?
Yeah, they want to get back on the mainland. And Saltmarsh is the closest town. It's, probably only...
This island was like right in the bay of, like outside the bay of Saltmarsh, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's only like 20 miles from Saltmarsh, maybe even less. Maybe it's only like 10 miles, so it's only like a couple hours travel. And yeah, you guys make your way back to the port in Saltmarsh, and this is the first time you guys have been home probably in a few weeks.
A few weeks, man. It feels like we've been gone forever.
Maybe it's actually closer to a month.
Did we came back after visiting the pirate island to get that data, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the last time you came here.
Right.
So, like I said, it was probably a few weeks ago.
I think before we went to the pirate island, we stopped at home. And then on the way back from the pirate island, we stopped at Karator, then we stopped at Verstad, then Seaton, then down to the Abbey, and now we're home again.
Yeah, you guys did your world tour around the area.
So we did not come home before the pirate island, or we did?
Before the pirate island, yes.
Not after.
Not after.
Not after.
No, you guys only went to Seaton on your way back.
I think it was like 10 days just from the house straight to the pirate place. And then however long to Karator, however long we were on Karator, and then, so yeah, it's probably been a good 2 or 3, a minimum of 2 weeks, probably closer to 2 or 3. At a minimum.
All right, so you guys get back pretty early in the morning. So it was only a few hours travel, and when you guys arrive, you kind of get off the ship, stretch your legs back onto your, we'll say, your home soil, and the first thing you guys notice is you kind of make your way down into the markets, in the dock area. You see there's like this massive gathering and kind of like a crowd of people in the streets, and it seems kind of like a somber mood. And you kind of walk around and you see people carrying what looks like a casket through the center, down the street, and you kind of hear rumors and people talking, and they're like, oh, and you guys ask around while you're kind of standing there in the crowd, and you find out you hear the sad news that Ida Owlland has passed away. If you remember, she was one of the members of the council. Yep. And so there's this large procession as the town members kind of carry her casket through the streets to the graveyard at the other end of the town. You see, like, as it walks by you guys, you see a man who's quite, I guess you'd say, like, dapper looking. He is a very, like, very nice, regal looking captain sort of jacket, a pirate, I guess, I don't know what you call those hats, like a pirate looking hat, like with this very ornate, like feathery white fabric coming out of it. He's definitely looks very put together and very, very regal. He's helping carry the casket, along with you guys notice Govak, walking in this kind of his entourage with him, and also helping carry it is Gellin Primwater and Anders Solomon, the other members of the council, along with like family members that are kind of like weeping behind the casket. You see this long procession as they make their way down the streets towards the graveyard. So what do you guys want to do? This is what you see when you get back into town.
Remind me real quick who Govak was? That name sounds so familiar.
Did you say Govak? What?
He's the pirate guy, right?
Yeah.
Wait, what was the name?
The fuck?
What did Govak do?
He's carrying a casket.
Huh.
Of the former council member lady, the only one that I fucking liked.
So as you guys are standing there and you see them, like you hear people like as they start walking by, you see this like finely dressed man, and you start hearing like some people that are kind of near, and they start like whispering a little bit, like, "Oh, like there he is. That's Renwick Drake." Yeah, you kind of like hear a whole bunch of people. Like,
Mark kind of looks at him like, "Are you serious?" Meglar's pretty shocked to hear that name. Alright, go ahead.
Oh yeah, so Meglar, you notice the guy as he walks by. It's a face you haven't seen in quite a few years, as they walk down through the streets.
Well, if it ain't Lucky.
So what are you guys doing?
I mean, should we follow?
Did I hear
them?
Meglar say anything about that dude?
Yeah, I'm assuming you guys are all standing next to each other. So
Meglar, who the fuck is that? Who's Scrooge McDuck or
Scrooge
Red
McDuck.
What was his name? What did you say his name was?
His nickname is Lucky. Renwick Drake, a.k.a. Lucky.
Well, why was he lucky?
And apparently, he was able to sail right into a storm with no problems without his ship sinking. Mine was not so lucky.
You didn't have Snodlers driving your ship, though.
Were you driving your ship?
Nope, I wasn't driving the ship. It was another guy driving the ship.
So how do you know him?
Because he rescued my ass.
So he saved you.
He did.
Is he the one that took all your gold?
He is not the guy who took my gold.
Do you owe him gold for saving you?
I owe him a favor.
So then, who is he? Like, what does he do? Like,
as he starts,
saved you, you gotta know something about him.
as he starts passing out of sight of you guys, like you get a good glimpse of him now, Vasen, as he's holding one hand up, his right hand up, as he's like on the opposite side of the casket, and you see his left hand dangling, and it's not actually a hand; it's a golden hook. He has where his left hand was.
Thinks he's,
Is
someone
he-
leans over and goes, someone thinks he's a righty.
Is he carrying swords? Or a sword?
Make a perception check. So yeah, Kolos, you do see a familiar-looking scabbard underneath his coat.
Yeah.
Looks like the sword that belonged to your father.
I just make a mental note of that.
So Meglar, again, what is his line of business? Like, where did, you just said that he found you. Like, what does he do? Like, why would he be here? What do you know?
He has I know he's got a ship called the Hellfish. And that he lost his hand from a shark. And yeah, he lost his hand. I'm saving my ass.
Is he a merchant sailor? Is he a fucking military man? Or is he a pirate? What, like... glad he found you and saved you, but anything else?
All I know is he brought me to Waterdeep, and then we just parted our ways. We had different goals.
What was his goals?
He didn't tell me his goals, and I didn't tell him mine.
Did you do butt stuff with him?
Oh my god.
No, Yuri, that would be your mother.
So Meglar, what you do know, Meglar, about him, that he made a kind of a small fortune. He has like a little fleet of ships. He made his fortune in smuggling goods. He's definitely a shadier sort of guy from what you've known as back in your days as being a pirate. He also was a smuggler, and he transported stolen goods from Cardova all the way to Faerun and all the cities in between. So.
We could head to the house, see if, God damn it, I know it starts with an H. Harris?
Nautilus thinks it's house.
Hedwig?
Hedwig, yeah, that guy. We can see what he knows. It's been a while since we've been home.
Did I notice if they anything's going on the docks by the warehouses?
Yeah, hold on. Let me just. I had to put this stuff in Megler's journal, but I missed this section.
I see that. I see there's a... Yep.
Yeah, I must not hit copy enough stuff, so sorry. Hold on, just give me a second here.
Maybe we ought to go see Goldback. See what he's up to.
We know what he's up to. He's the pirate lord, I guess you'd say, in charge of the Saltmarsh area.
Yeah, but what the fuck is he doing here?
Why is he carrying a council member?
Yeah.
Maybe he was related.
Yeah, doubt that.
I think...
Could
yeah,
be.
I'm gonna find out.
Well, I mean, we know Govak's a pirate, and this Lucky, seems like a pirate.
That's his nickname.
I get that, but I can't really fucking give you crap to remember his fucking name, so I'll
His
call him
name
by
is
his
Renwick
nickname.
Drake,
Red
a.k.a.
Drake?
Lucky. Renwick Drake,
Renwick?
a.k.a. Rendrick, yes.
Yeah, Renwick. All right, so Andrew, I don't know if you have to refresh your information or not, but
No, I see it.
okay.
Yep, now I see it.
Yeah, that's my bad.
But is he a pirate?
Okay, here. He's a wealthy guy. He has ties to the Sea Princess, but
So
he hates
he's a
the
pirate.
Sahaugen.
So he's a pirate.
Yes, he is.
Oh, okay. So fellow pirates. But why would pirates be carrying a council member?
Well,
don't know.
Nautilus would like to think that it's because the pirates have paid off some of them.
pirates are usually up to no good.
And perhaps the guise of the king is also to act as though he does not like pirates when he is inside of them. Not figuratively.
He also owns. All right. He also does own a few other ships: the Hellfish, the Untrusting Mermaid, and the Moonshark.
Sounds like he is a commodore.
Well, he did save my ass, and I didn't ask him to.
Yeah, I think maybe we find him and talk to him later and see what he's all about. Maybe,
That'd be ideal.
Maybe me and Vossen go talk to him and everybody else doesn't.
What was the name
Hey,
of
I'd
the
love
other
to see
ship?
this guy.
Maybe Meglar would need to go.
Sure.
Yeah, I haven't seen this guy in a while.
What was the name of the other ship he owns?
Well, he's got the Hellfish, the Untrusting Mermaid, and the Moonshark.
Untrusting?
The untrusting mermaid.
Gotcha. Thank you.
All right, so yeah, to Boston, you asked about the warehouse. So like, yeah, down in the warehouse area, you do notice that the warehouse by the docks is nearly complete. You see, it's got like a roof on it, and most of the framework is done, and there's like large planks on the side of it.
I guess we could head back to the house first.
I have nothing else. See what Hedwig knows about all this. See what's changed. Maybe he knows how long they've been here.
Yeah, Hedwig would know.
Granted, we took the scenic route home.
Yeah, I mean, like down. If you're going home, you're gonna pass by the warehouse also.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if anything happened.
Hector, Snodulus has a question for you.
So,
So, you can make permanent light, right?
yeah, to some extent.
Can you make permanent glow light?
What race is Renwick anyway?
He's human.
He's human?
Oh,
Okay.
Not, but I will look into that.
Snodulus would appreciate it if you could.
I'll show you a picture of what he looks like.
Oh, what do you know? It matched my Captain Hook thought.
Yeah.
Meglar definitely did butt stuff with him.
Wish I would have actually done fly,
I did butt
and then I
stuff
could
with your
fly
mom.
around him as this little kid.
All right, so what were you guys doing?
Heading home.
I was chatting with Hector.
No, besides that, yeah. So you guys are.
I was walking by, just checking out. See, are there people still working on it?
Yeah, as you walk by the warehouse, you see a whole bunch of workers, and actually you see Pinkerton right outside the warehouse.
Yeah, I'm gonna head down there. Well, I'll be at the house a little bit.
All right, yeah. So you guys start heading that way up. So Vasan, you make your way down by the warehouse, and so Pinkerton, he's out there. He's directing this like whole group of gnomes. He's out there like yelling orders, like, "Hey, this needs to be done here. Be careful, Stinky!" And he starts like yelling at people. And as you get closer, he like turns around and he sees you, and he's like, the boss is
I
here."
wanted to creep on him. Hold on.
Go ahead, roll stealth.
I actually went back. I rolled. Damn it.
Yeah,
I actually fucking went back.
he's on top of his shit. So he turns around and he sees you and he's like, there he is, and he comes running over. It's like, "Boss, good news. The warehouse is almost complete."
Walk me through.
So he brings you in and he's like, like on the side, he's like telling people, "No, put that away." And he brings you into the to the warehouse, and there's already like a whole like stack of kegs that are inside it's basically just an empty building, and all the walls are pretty much all completed. There's a few planks, like I said, they're still working on stuff on the outside, and you see that there's a wagon in there now with a horse. You have a whole bunch of barrels all set up and ready to go to be, shipped to or put on ships and brought up the coast or what have you. But Pinkerton says, "Well, boss, yep, things are coming out great, but just to let you know, just gonna tell you that a couple days ago, a guy came around here. He came to check things out, and he said that he's gonna help keep an eye out for us because there's been some shady people around here, kind of snooping around the warehouse, but." He was a big
Like
mean.
shady, like oh.
He's like a big mean-looking guy, but he said he was going to watch out for us, but it was going to cost us a little bit.
Who was he?
I don't remember his name. It was like Gorvan or Gomac or something like that.
Oh, Govac.
Oh yeah, maybe that's what it was. Yeah, he said as long
What's
as
going on?
as long as
What's
we
going
pay
on
him
with you?
10 gold a week, he's going to make sure that nothing happens to our warehouse. It seemed pretty reasonable, so I gave him the 10 gold.
Well, we're gonna have to have a little talk. We'll go back because that's What, did the pirates take over the city? What the hell's going on here?
Well, I have seen a lot of people that maybe they're pirates, but I don't think they're sea princes because they don't wear the red sashes. But a lot of rumors around here that they're called the Guardians, and they're kind of taking care of all of us now. I don't know if this is their city. I don't know what's going on, but he said that he's going to take care of us real good. I figured you'd be happy about that.
Oh, I'm not too happy that he's charging payment to do this deed of taking care of us.
Well, most of the travelers are out on assignment, so I figured we need somebody to watch after our goods.
Well, what about the Kingsmen? Don't they normally patrol these waters?
No, there's been less and less of them lately.
They haven't been down here?
Oh no,
they've
been down here a little bit, but mostly these the Guardians say that they're protecting Saltmarsh. So yeah, things have been great. I haven't heard about any crime or anything, but I think it's well worth the 10 gold. Maybe we should even give them 20.
No. Do you have the book I requested?
Oh yeah, it's up at the house.
All right, I have. Is everything funding wise set here?
Oh yeah, we should be all set for the first shipments. Once these get hauled up to Seaton, we'll be getting paid.
Well, here's some money to not give Govac quite yet. I will talk to him, but take this and use it for anything we need to keep this thriving. Give him a satchel of 1,000 gold.
Ooh. He's like, wow! And he knocks his hat off. All right, business must be good adventuring, huh, boss?
Yeah, it's not all that it cracks out to be. I've been almost killed numerous times.
Well, you look good.
I don't feel good. But we're making progress. That's all that matters. And I see you are also. Well, how is Hedwig? Where's your cousin or brother? Where the hell is that other? I was glad to see you have your clothes on.
Well, yeah. Yeah, my cousin, he's back working in the still.
At the house?
Yeah, at the house.
So we still have the still at the house. We're not moved in here quite yet?
No, we haven't moved it in here yet because we want to make sure that it's all built up and secure before we take the operation down here. So right now we've just been putting our supplies in here and we're ready to ship it out. So, but with Gormac watching over things, I think we'll be okay.
It's Govac.
Oh yeah, Govac. Gotcha.
It's well, how when are you gonna be back at the banner?
I could go whenever you want, boss. You're the boss.
Well, you got stuff going on here. I'm not gonna interrupt. But I'll bring the money. Get the money back. I'll bring it to the up to the house just for safekeeping.
Okay, as you wish. Do you want me to take some of Govac's money out, like the 20 gold?
No.
Just in case I see it.
I'll talk to Govac.
Okay. All right, so he gives you back the little satchel.
I'm gonna, pat him on the back and head on up. Back to the house.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything before you guys head up to the house?
I kind of wanted to follow the funeral procession as it went through.
Okay. Yeah, so
that's where Renwick was in, right?
Yeah, so the funeral procession in Renwick, they all end up making their way up to the cemetery outside of old Crag, the gravekeeper's house, before you guys make your way back home there. Your home is technically off the map a little bit.
Oh, do I see Crag outside?
Yeah, he's like already like right there. He's in the graveyard. There's a whole bunch of people there. There's a good like 30, 40 people here, kind of all
Oh, this is where
gathered
they're
around.
burying the person's shit.
Yeah, like
Yeah, Meglar's pretty much following Renwick.
I'm heading over to the graveyard myself.
As I pass Yuri, Govak is collecting protection money for
Govak.
Saltmarsh. Yes.
Govak owes us money.
Well, I can't recall if he owes us money because it was one fun night, but not too fond of him pressing our guys for money.
Well,
He is protecting, I guess, Saltmarsh.
we don't need protecting. We'll get that money back. How much?
Well, let's talk to him before anything gets crazy.
How much has he taken? Do you know?
Don't know exactly, but at least 10 gold.
10 gold.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we should say something to him at a funeral, but
No. Well, he's gonna see us, and he's gonna be probably excited to see us. I mean, we are drinking buddies, you know what I mean?
he's going to be excited to see Snodlers for sure.
Yeah.
and
Or
Vitoris.
even Vitoris.
Where's Vitoris anyway?
I'm gonna head up. While we're doing this, I'm just talking to Yuri on the way up to the procession, looking for Govak.
Wait, where's the house in relative comparison?
So
It's down the road back this way.
yeah, it's just off the map.
So I'd probably be walking with them, but when they split off to go to the funeral, I probably have no idea what the fuck's going on, and I'm destined to go home, so I'm gonna
Okay.
go off.
Yeah, so there's Brother Full. He's back at the house. All right, so you guys are back at the graveyard. Yeah, there's, like I said, there's a good 30, 40 people there. They're all kind of gathered around. And you see Craig, the gravekeeper's there, and the local cleric there. I forget his name. Something Weinhardt or something. They have like this massive list of NPCs. But yeah, you see all the people, the council members. You see Andrew Saltmarsh there, and you see this new guy, Drake, is there, along with what's his name? Not Hedwig. Wow, I can't remember any of these guys' names now.
It's been a minute.
Eleander. Yeah, Eleander's there, and you see a few of the guards there, but mostly, like, you see a lot of fishermen and like townspeople that knew Edda for years. Because if you remember, she's been living here for like 70 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the procession starts with the priest. He starts just Welgar Brianhan. I forgot. Yeah, he's the priest of Procan. That's the local church in this place, and he starts giving a speech about how, you know, Edda lived a good life, and her and her family, they really took Saltmarsh to what it is today. They built it up, and she died natural causes of this old age. She, you know, hopefully we can all live our lives like she did. And she's now being laid here to rest with her late husband, and you know, a couple of people come up crying, and they pay their respects. And you kind of see, like, off to the side, you see Gellin, Primwater, and Drake and Govak. They're kind of all like standing together, and Anders, he's off by himself a little bit. But I mean, that's pretty much it. It's just a typical like funeral, an internment. So, is there anything else you guys want to do while you're watching? You want to start a fight or anything? Or?
No, sir.
We see.
just ask.
Where's the other Anderson?
Beer, everyone's probably depressed. They'd probably take it.
Do we see Govak?
Yeah. Govak's there with Drake and Gellin. He's I don't know if you remember him. He was also one of the council members. He was kind of a little bit more shady compared to Anders. Was like the young guy who was like, "Yo, we gotta stop piracy. Piracy's bad. I'm out to stop all these guys myself if I have to."
Where's Eleander standing in this procession?
He's with Anders. He's with Anders and some of the family.
So he's with everybody then.
He's with everybody.
I mean, there's not much we could do here.
Cast fireball.
I mean, what would be your guess as to where Govek will go after this? Probably to the tavern, huh?
Well, that's where the office would be. Reasonable. But he might not be at the snapping line. He might be across town in the other bar.
Or he might be at the Pearl. That's where I'd go.
We should let this calm down and go see Eleander and find out what's going on. And then we'll go talk to Govak to straighten things out, see what the deal is.
So
I hope he has.
So go ahead.
I was going to say, I hope he has good intentions.
Yes, a pirate with good intentions.
Govak's a stand-up guy.
This is Govak we're talking about.
He just wanted to kill Brother Fall, and Oh, that was yours.
Just sank his fucking ship when we had the chance.
So you said you wanted to talk to Eleander. Did you mean Hedgewick and go back to the house, or
Eleander after? But we gotta head to the
back to the mansion.
House.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you guys head back to the mansion, and it's a pretty busy looking place. So there's even more I guess you say recruits, more people than there had been before. The place is busy. Hector, right away you notice your garden is really taken off in the back of the mansion. You guys come into seeing Hedgewick. He's like talking to some people in the main foyer, and he's more than delighted to see you guys as you enter the mansion. He's like, "Oh, the travelers, welcome home."
Is there any way that I could get like 5 or 10 minutes before everyone gets back?
5 to 10 minutes with who?
Like before they get back, if I was heading right there.
Oh yeah, so Snodlers would have been there before everybody else. Yeah, of course.
So I'm gonna find. I see Hedwig, right? You
Yeah.
said that he was there.
Yeah, so you're gonna be in there, and you're gonna be the first one he sees, and you already see this place is busy. There's all sorts of new faces, and you're probably a little bit confused at what's going on.
Oh yeah, I have no idea that this doesn't even exist. It's like this is my house, and people are in my house. And really weird. So I'm gonna like Hedwig. Here, I would like you to take this, and I hand him a bag that has 50 gold and 5 nightshade seeds.
Oh, these are very interesting. Maybe you should be giving these to Master Eldoris. He perhaps could put these in the garden for you.
Eldoris is our person.
Yeah, Hector.
Oh, God damn it. Snodless didn't know that he wanted other people involved that we knew, but that's fine. And I take the bag back. I'm like, Snodless will just wait. I'm sure they'll be back soon.
Well,
and I just sit down by the door and wait.
Master Snodlers, what is this thing that's hanging out of your bag?
What do you mean? Like, by now I probably just forgot it even existed. It just hits everything, like no big deal. There's a ding on the door now, not a big deal.
Oh, the giant metal rod that's in your bag.
Oh yeah, Snodlers and the Gladabouts found a whole bunch of magical, like, god-killing things, and this just happens to be like 2 pieces of them.
So matter of fact, like, oh yeah, there's this ancient god weapon, but yeah, cool. So yeah, so Hedwig's like, oh, wow, these adventures are fascinating. I would like to.
Snodlers almost died.
Oh, Oh, probably several times, I would assume. If you went out there and retrieved such a rare item like that.
It's weird. There's 3 of them. I don't get it.
So he says, I would like to let you know, as the first traveler to come home, that some of these new recruits are looking very fantastic. I think at some point we should really think about expanding their roles in the guild. It's already happened.
Snodlers doesn't really take control of that, and we should probably wait until everyone gets here. But I would really be excited to hear about this.
Very good. So, yes, please make yourself home.
I sit awkwardly at the front door.
Okay. Yeah,
I bet you the door doesn't even close because like the thing's hanging into the door frame.
People are like walking around it like awkwardly. Yeah, so about a good 10 minutes later or so, the rest of the party makes their way back up to the mansion after visiting the funeral.
As soon as the first one walks in, I'll be like, Snodlers is confused. I've never seen a parade like that. Was it fun?
It was for dead people.
That's weird. I mean, I thought that the cult that we helped back here was involving dead people. I didn't know all of you worship dead people.
They celebrate, kinda, when they remember. I guess they'll put the body to rest and say kind words for it.
In a parade, Snodlers gets it.
Yeah, I guess it's like a parade of honor. I guess you would say.
Do you think Snodlers will get one of those?
If you keep on playing the way you've been playing, you just may.
If I ever die, I want a sky burial.
Like launched out of a cannon? Like, what do you mean?
Snothers, did you happen to pick up the weapons from the monastery and put them in the bag of holding you have?
Snodlers opens up his bag and starts digging around. In here, Snodlers finds. Actually, he just like picks it up and dumps it upside down. A bag roll, the entire like 6-foot staff tings around, and it makes like probably the loudest sound that's possible. All of my rations, a hempen rope, and that's it.
Oh no!
And then Snodlers is like, huh. Maybe it's in Snodler's normal bag, and he starts digging around. And you see him like pull out a Tinder book. 3 books. You have no idea why there's 3. One of the potions of healing. He's like, oh, Snodlers needs to put that in the right bag. Parchment, oils, a mess kit, bag of sand, 2 daggers. Like you just start seeing him go through all the shit. It's like, huh. Maybe it's in the other one. And he like goes around the corner and starts ripping shit out. Book of erotic poetry, the gem book, history of Oman. Snodlers doesn't see anything in here about monastery weapons.
Where's the heart?
Oh yeah, no, that was in the bag of holding too.
Oh.
Pretty sure we put it in that bag.
If you out of character, if you did, I religiously add anything that I get. And if you said and we put it in the bag of holding, we have 2. I only have 1 of them.
Well, Kevin just took the size, and that's it. And the
I
weapons were
didn't
there.
take them. I asked.
Yeah,
You made it sound like these are mine now.
I don't think Snodlers went into that room with you guys. Like in that way.
I think Ventura.
I don't remember taking them. But if you told me that you put them in my bag, I didn't write them down because I probably wasn't paying attention.
I asked you if we could take some of the weapons, and you said no. And then whatever anyone took, I assumed was individual, and they put it in their own bag. So, like, I took the size. I think you took, like, the whip. And I think only one other thing got taken.
The shield, and that wasn't the monk weapon.
Yeah. So I think that was pretty much it, was the whip and the size.
Snodlers haphazardly, like, scrapes the contents back into the bag of holding.
What are you looking for, Boston?
Just the rest of the weapons.
Oh, wait, also, Also, in the bag of holding came out the pots of like the empty pots where all the gold was from the other thing, and they probably crash and break, and you just kind of like lose them under the chair.
You see like random people, like the new guild members, like stepping over the stuff and just looking very confused.
So like now there's just broken pots like underneath the chair, like just like pushed aside like you do underneath the rug.
I asked you about the weapons, and you said no, you wanted to leave them there. For
No. I said I was bringing them back to Brother Full.
Like I said, if you intentionally grabbed them and said put them in Snodler's bag, I just missed that, and that's on you and the DM. I mean, I'm cool with it. I have more than enough room.
Yeah, I mean, I don't honestly remember, but I'm assuming if you remember, it probably happened. So yeah, it's probably in the bag of holding.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. Or it's in, or it's in the Taurus's bag of holding, and we can just pull that out.
No, because I was under the impression he wanted to leave the weapons.
I'm just saying notionally, like if he handed you a whole bunch of weapons, you'd be like, fine, I'll take them.
And then I would have added them to the.
I agree. We're retconning something. Either we're retconning my story of looking for them, or you just have them.
No. The looking for them was pretty dope. So I don't want to.
That's what I'm saying.
We also do have a blacksmith. If there's something you're missing, you can just go. We can go have it replaced.
There's
No, you can't rope. You can't just have a monk weapon made like that.
So who made it the first time?
A monk.
Monks.
So would Fold know how to make them?
Probably not. He's not a weaponsmith.
A monksmith.
Okay.
So Foal was also not a master of anything.
We're all in training. Well, us two were in training. He was further ahead in his training than I was.
Gotcha.
All right, so yeah, Hedge was there, and he's more than happy to see everybody. And he's like, just tell me all the stories. This is fascinating. I haven't seen you in so long. Oh, by the way, the guild is doing fabulous. Here's everybody's share, and he runs off to the room and comes back with like a large bag of money, and he hands out 500 gold to each of you.
Snodlers looks really excited and then moderately excited.
So they're taking all the upkeep from the guild like out of that beforehand, right?
Yeah. This is
Okay.
yeah, this is like your profits.
Profits. Okay, perfect.
So he tells you, this has been great. Things have been great. A lot of our money is being invested into the guild. You can see the upgrades. The place looks amazing. The name is starting to really to get out there. People are starting to recognize the name, the Travelers Guild. And
really,
I think what would be a good idea is if we make another chapter, possibly someplace else. Spread our name around.
Where do you suggest?
Oh, I don't know. I am not one to make those decisions, but I can see the good that we have already created in this region. It'd be nice to bring this good all throughout the realm.
I agree. Do we have enough funds for that?
Oh, yes, of course we do. We have enough funds to probably buy another mansion similar in size.
Excellent.
That is if you find the right spot. But come see me, and I'm sure we could allocate the funds where they need to go.
You know where Furbius is?
Oh yeah. He doesn't come out much. He spends most of his time in the cellar.
And Brother Full?
Oh, he is in his room meditating, probably. Make sure you knock before you come in there. I was scolded the other day for just barging in on him when he was meditating.
Was his pants off?
That's no. He was clothed.
All right, just chat. I've been hanging out with Yuri too much. All right. All right. Well, then I'll leave you to it. You're doing an excellent job here.
Oh well, thank you, sir.
Are you getting paid also? I'm assuming you're getting your regular paycheck, right?
Oh yes, I am getting paid, and the other, traveler guild members are getting paid. Business is good.
Yeah, as long as you're comfortable with everything. Are you overwhelmed still, or is everything starting to thin out for you?
Oh no, everything is starting to work rather
Yeah,
swimmingly.
fine. Excellent. So what's the deal with the pirates on this in Saltmarsh lately?
They claim to not be pirates. Apparently, this is some sort of protection group known as the Guardians. And,
Bullshit.
they have come here and aided the King's Guard in policing the town. It's been a very safe place.
Are they charging you? Like, if you don't do it, then your stuff will accidentally get vandalized?
Well, none of them have come out to the mansion yet, but I have heard at several places in town. Hannah was saying at the Snapping Line that a few members of the Guardians came down to protect the bar from unsavory folks, and they did charge a minimal fee.
The boss and Snodgrass isn't sure if we can go there anymore then.
Has anyone not paid and misfortune happened?
I'm sorry, I do not know about this.
Okay.
They here refuse.
Well, sure. We have plenty of able-bodied travelers here that could back us up.
Well, if you can, spare some for the warehouse when that is up and going.
Right. Very good.
And the ships come in, by the way?
Yes, the ships are down by the docks. You probably walked right by them.
There's a big procession going on looked like a funeral. Do you know what happened?
Yes, it's really quite a shame. Poor Ada has finally passed. I don't know what happened, but some of the members here in the guild have spread some unsightly rumors that perhaps it was foul play.
That was the first thing I was going to ask about.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go see Brother Full. I'm sure the others may want to conversate. I don't want to take up all your time.
Oh, very good, sir.
It was good seeing you again, Hedwig.
It was good seeing you. Make sure you talk to Furbius. And
I am indeed. I'm heading there. Does he have clothes on today?
probably not. Today is Wednesday. He doesn't wear clothes on any weekday.
Any day that ends in Y.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for all your work. I go inside. Grab the remaining monk tools. Remaining monk weapons and take them with me.
Snodlos has a question before everyone splits up. How long are we going to be here?
In town or in the house?
Yes.
Depends on the information we gather, I suppose.
Snodlos would like at least a day.
Then we will spend at least a day. I would think. I mean, you would check with the others unless they have other plans, but a day is
looking around at everyone else like, come on, guys.
No, it's reasonable. I'm gonna go.
I'm turning around. I probably hit people with the staff over and over.
Tell our crew they can have at least a day off. Not to stir up too much trouble, but go kick it for a bit.
And Hector, can Snodlos talk to you in private?
Sure. Lead the way.
We don't. Yeah. So I'd take him out back. You said there was a garden. Do I know where it is?
Yeah, you'd see the garden that Hector started like probably a good almost 2 months ago.
All right. So I mean, we don't have to talk about this shit now if other people have other stuff to do because I think I'll end up going like 15 plus minutes or something crazy.
You guys can talk about it. And if you start running along, that's fine. I mean, just pass the mic.
So Hector, Snuddler's got some of these seeds. And I dig in my bag and I pull out the nightshade seeds. And while I'm digging out, I also end up having a leaf and some of the fiber there as well, in case he ends up seeing what it is. So Snuddler's is wondering if your plant craft, if you could help me plant this and maybe make it even more planty than normal.
Sure. What what is it, and do you know what kind of conditions it needs and that kind of thing?
Snobbler's knows that it is nightshade, which is probably not legal, which is also why Snobbler's wanted to make sure to keep this on the down low, and also why Snobbler's is hoping we could do this inside. But Snobbler's is not sure that's how plants work because there's not a lot of plants in the Underdark, so I assume it requires sun walking.
Yes, plants do require sunlight.
So you can't make permanent sunlight, right? That's not a thing that your plant craft can do.
I can't make a second sun, unfortunately.
Yeah, Snobbler's doesn't know what you can and cannot do. I mean, the guy that shoots arrows suddenly can make an invisible hand, so I just assume everyone can do everything now.
Yeah, I haven't really been holding back.
Well, that's good. At least I know that one other person hasn't been holding back.
Yeah, I mean we can plant these out here. How much do I know about growing nightshade? I'm guessing not a lot.
Yeah, probably not a lot. Because even Snudders, he had gotten a little bit of a crash course in the harvesting the nightshade, but
it was pretty crashy.
But even that, like stuff that he learned was like not the typical like put it in the ground and grow it. Like it might need some ideal conditions, especially where it was growing. It was kind of like more of a jungly sort of climate. Where back on like Faerun, where you guys are at, it's a little bit more like foresty.
Yeah, we'll just stick on the ground, see what happens.
Snobbler's was really hoping you had some plant craft like spells or something that could help with this, but Snobbler's doesn't know what you can or cannot do. I mean, you make creatures. I was hoping you could make plants or something.
Maybe he's got that hydroponics spell.
So a while ago, I blessed the earth. I like cast some magic on it and shit, but it's less immediate and more just like, plants are still plants. They take time.
That's too bad.
But yeah, we throw them in the ground, see what happens, bury them. How many seeds do you have?
Snuddles has 6, but I figured it would be best to save 1 just in case.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, that's what I cast on them, but I don't have that prepared today. I did the 8-hour casting for the garden.
Well, if Snuddles was hoping that you'd be able to do something special, it would be nice if we could make these very nice. And apparently, it's like a great way to put people to sleep.
It is.
That is what he said, right? Like, he literally was like, and you can use it if you have a hard time sleeping. Don't have too much.
Yeah, it's definitely you can use it both ways, as a poison or a little bit of a medicinal thing. But yeah, I mean,
so it's kind of alcohol.
I'm assuming sure that you guys can plant the seeds and try to see what happens. And
yeah, because this spell is literally like, if you cast this as one action, you choose a point within range, 100-foot radius. All plants become thick and overgrown. So if they're just seeds, I don't think they're gonna like become overgrown like instantaneously. That's how that works. Because they're like not existing plants. Like they still need to become plants first before they get thicker. But I already cast the 8-hour version on the garden, so we should be good to go. They should grow. They should take, with any luck.
Is poison technically food? I mean, I'm just asking for a friend.
I mean,
the plant yields twice as much food when harvested.
Air quotes, food.
Yeah, I mean, Snollers wouldn't eat it, but there might be some people that like it.
I mean, listen, it's food to something. I'm sure something eats it.
So Snodulus is kind of worried that someone sees us and we get in trouble. Is there something you know in your plant craft that can make this hidden?
Nothing I can think of. I'm not like an illusionist.
Okay.
I figured it'd be more up your alley than mine.
Whoa. Snodulus doesn't do plants. I try not to overlap. Snodulus started casting the birds before he realized you could cast birds, and then Snodulus just kind of like got me to that. But yeah, if you plant it in the ground and would try to make it grow nice, then Snodulus would be appreciative.
Absolutely.
Snodulus like bows.
Awesome.
Take a few minutes to do that, and then head off into town.
All right, so Hector goes off into town. What are the rest of you guys doing? I know Vasson's going to talk to Full.
I go over to Meglar, and I tell him, "Hey, let's go for a walk."
All right, buddy.
On the walk into town, I go. I tell him about my sword and the fact that I noticed that his savior, Lucky there, was wearing it, and I kind of want to go and talk to him about it.
Yeah, he's got your sword, huh?
Yeah, I kind of need that back.
How do you think he managed to get that anyway?
I was a little stupid and I kind of sold it.
Well, we could try, but that was kind of on you. I don't want to pick a fight with my savior, you know.
Oh, I'm not going to pick a fight with him. Just see if I can persuade him.
Well,
Gold talks a lot.
I don't know if he's persuadable, but we could try.
We'll find out. Say, do you know if there's a tailor in town? Or like a seamstress or something?
So yeah, there's probably, I'm not sure if there's a tailor, but there's like goods dealers that sell clothing, but they might not actually be able to create clothing for you like they do in Seaton.
A little outside of the game. Does Kolos really look like a Sahaugen?
No.
Nothing like a Sahaugen.
I swear that gets brought up like every other session.
Be the dick one time.
All right. Well, okay.
He is 100% not looking like a Sahaugen.
Well, they're similar. They're both sea people.
I mean,
No,
Meglar
he's
probably
like
thinks
a
that. I mean,
I guess that, yeah.
Oh man.
All right, but anyway, go on, Kolos.
no, I think that's great though, because like Andrew knows that like Kolos is a Triton. The Sahaugen are like more monstrous looking, ravenous creatures with large teeth. But Meglar, he might be confusing the two. That they all come from the sea, so they might all be monsters.
I think you might want to study some underwater creatures here, Meglar. But that's okay.
I only study in treasure. Whatever.
That's alright.
But if you want your sword back, I don't know what I could really do about that.
There's nothing. I just figured you wanted to go talk to him. So I figured you can come
Oh,
with me.
sure.
Yeah.
After all, I haven't seen the guy in a while, and would like to do a little catch up with him.
There you go.
Haven't seen him since I've been in Waterdeep.
Waterdeep?
Yep, that's where we parted our ways.
Does Kolos know where Waterdeep is?
You've probably heard of it. Because you have had people like travelers that merchants come to your city before, so you know of some of like the major cities.
Okay. Alright, well, off we go. And if I see a clothing shop or something, I'll stop in and ask them if they can make a pair of gloves real quick.
All right, so you guys are headed off into town. Hector's headed off into town. Hector, what were you looking for in town? Oh, you're just going back to the ship to talk to the crew.
Yeah, I kind of have a small list, so I'm gonna go back to the ship, talk to the crew, tell them they have the day off, not to destroy too much stuff, and then head out.
This is their home. Don't fuck it up.
Yeah. I think we technically picked them up from Seaton, but this is our home, so be nice to it. Tip well and don't break too much stuff. And then I want to go to the blacksmith, pick up just like a shit ton of daggers, like his nicest looking daggers, as many as he has in stock. Buy them all. I forget the blacksmith's name. He's a young kid.
Yeah. Yeah, they worked at the Dwarven Anvil. That was the name of the blacksmith shop.
Yeah, and I also want to commission 20 cutlasses from him.
Damn, you're trying to arm up an army here.
And then I want to go talk to the master of the guard. I forget his name.
Eleander.
I want to go talk to Eleander. If he's back. Was he at the funeral? Did we see him at all?
Yeah, he was at the funeral.
So if he's back at the barracks, I want to talk to him. If not, I'll wait there for him to come back.
Okay. All right. So yeah, we'll come back to all that stuff. Yuri, what was your mission?
Yuri just did his normal busting up into the mansion, raiding the kitchen, making a mess wherever he's going. Other than that, I mean, he doesn't really have much of an agenda other than to get up with Govak sometime, maybe later in the evening.
Okay.
But definitely getting something to eat and I don't know, hanging out, I guess.
Okay. Taurus, what was your agenda?
Not really a whole lot. Take a look around the house, see what's changed since the month or however long it's been since we've been here. See how many new faces have joined around, see if they've added or subtracted any, see if what they've added to the building, things like that.
Okay. All right, well, that's probably where we're going to end it then. It's already 1 o'clock. Then we'll carry on what all your little stories next week.